From Canada, we stand on God.
All right, we've gotten rid of the notorious amount of difficulties here, technical difficulties. Let's get started in the starting lineup. So for the Toronto Maple Leafs, it sounds like this: Auston Matthews, Michael Bunting, and William Nylander with Mark Giordano and Justin Hall. John Tavares, Kelly Armstrong with Mitchell Marner, Rasmus Sundin, and Timothy Liljegren. It's Pontus Holmberg with Alexander Kerfoot and Pierre Engvall, David Camp, Zach Aston Reese, and Dennis Mulligan with Victor Mete and Mac Hallowell. It is Matt Murray in goal for the Maple Leafs. And for the Red Wings, it sounds like this: Dylan Larkin, Dominik Kubalik with David Perron, Ben Sherratt, Moritz, Seider. Although I would imagine Bertuzzi and Raymond might be on that first line, and they'll move between Kubalik and Perron because they've been pretty well working with Tyler Bertuzzi. But we'll see how that goes. So Larkin, Kubalik, Perron on the first line. That's what it is right now. Andrew Copp, Tyler Bertuzzi, Lucas Raymond with Olli Maatta and Philip Peronic, Michael Rasmussen, Adam Ernie, and Oscar Sundquist with Joe Veleno, Jonathan Berggren, and Pius Suter. It's Jake Wollman and Jordan Osterley on the second line with Ville, Husso in goal. So for what it sounds like, as we're going through both of the national anthems with Monica Montero here, we have a situation where these two teams are playing pretty well. So the Toronto Maple Leafs are 13-5-5. Their head coach, Sheldon Keefe, is probably no longer under the firing line, although I would argue he never should have been in the first place. They've won 3 straight and 6 of 8 top performers. Marner, 27 points, 21 assists. John Tavares, 12 goals, 13 assists, 25 points, doing it all. Auston Matthews, he's on a 10-goal pace right now with 10 goals, 14 assists, 24 points, but still his defense has gotten really good. And William Nylander, 12 goals, 12 assists, 24 points, so that's good production all the way around. Here's the issue with Toronto, but it really hasn't been an issue, but I'm going to make note of it nonetheless. Carl Dahlstrom, Jake Muzz, and TJ Brody, Morgan Riley, Jordy Ben are all out on the defensive side for the Maple Leafs. So Mark Giordano is playing on the first line for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he's honestly been one of the best defenders in the league as far as the plus-minus. Justin Hall, Rasmus Sandin, Timothy Liljegren, Victor Mete, and Mac Hallowell. So you would think, as Matt Murray is 4-4-1 at 251 goals against, and Ville Husso 9-2-3, 239 goals against, that you could attack the Toronto defense, but they're doing their best of limiting shots and things like that. I see the Red Wings are using their alternate red with the black. Kind of looks like a prison uniform on that side. I don't really like those alternates. But again, if you mess with anything on the wing wheel side, it kind of makes it a little bit unjust, I think, of it. So Ville Husso, 919 save percentage, 910 on the other side for Matt Murray with 3 shutouts for Husso. So we're going to be getting right under the way. We got just under the gun with all these technical difficulties. So I'm looking forward to getting this going. It's a local assignment here for me, and we'll see if I can work with Cooper Hopkins tomorrow as far as the Florida and Calgary game. But right now I'm going to be by myself as we're going to be going through Little Caesars Arena. This is the local broadcast of Valley Sports Detroit, and this is what you get right now because you can't get any other thing once you're on the local cable site. So picked up now by the Red Wings as this is bounced all the way around in between Perron and Maatta. And this goes around the kick plate. I'm going to pull up my rosters here. So I got that in front of me, got everything else going. So the Red Wings can't keep it in the defensive zone. This goes all the way back down the ice. It's going to be ice. So the Maple Leafs cannot change. Glad you could join me here for this Monday. I know it's certainly been a while here for me. The last broadcast was last week, Monday. So it's been a whole week since I've been able to talk with you guys on the YouTube side, Twitter Spaces side. Glad to be back here for all of this. And I hope that as we go along, more people will join in and we can follow along in this game because this is a good Atlantic Division battle matchup here between a local assignment here for me for the Red Wings to see how they look because we're going to go forward to this and probably when I talk to Cooper tomorrow a little bit, at least text back and forth if we can't get on the game tomorrow. It'll be a situation where I have to make note of the Red Wings' upcoming schedule, and I will make note of that as we go along throughout this game. It's really just underway. It's a minute in, scoreless as the shot gets flubbed out front, picked up now by the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs will get this across the red line. Good active sticks there as Larkin's trying to get around Auston Matthews. He does. He puts a backhanded pass to David Perron and Timothy Liljegren. We'll play this one out front for Mulligan. So Rasmus Sandin will get this one down. Ville Husso will come out of the goal crease to play this one. Makes a nice back pass in between the defense, and we can get breakout again here for the Red Wings side of it. Again, these jerseys are very weird here for the Red Wings with these black alternate stripe. They never had black in their color. It's been red and white. Come on, guys. So either way, the Toronto Maple Leafs have their usual away jerseys. As this is hit around the kick play now, as Matt Murray will watch this one. It's been a while since Matt Murray's also been in the crease from coming from those injuries and things like that too. No Ilya Samsonov. And again, we talk about the ridiculous amount of defensive injuries that the Maple Leafs are facing. But again, this is a team that's won 6 of their last 8, while the Red Wings have won 4 straight. So you got to take the Toronto Maple Leafs very seriously, even though they have some defensive issues. That's really all you can say right now. This is dumped in across the neutral zone line as Zach Aston Reese, the fourth liner for Sheldon Keefe, is going to try to pick this up. He gets back to it now on the left side red line, as this is tried to get played by Olli Mata, but Aston Reese is using that body nicely, and this goes right to Jonathan Berggren. Berggren will just slightly chip this one ahead and go ahead and take his change. As Berggren now still trying to get back there. I thought he would take the change, but now he's still battling in behind the office. As this gets centered out in front of Murray and picked up now toward the left side red line. Maple Leafs and Red Wings are just having a battle into this defensive zone right now for Toronto itself, and they finally get this one down all the way, and it's going to be another icing against the Maple Leafs. So not been able to change quite much. So Toronto, they're showing it on Bally Sports Detroit again. A Jordy Ben upper body, Morgan Riley upper body, TJ Brody oblique, Muzzin neck, Dahlstrom shoulder, Samsonov with a knee. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensemen out for the Maple Leafs right now. So this puts you in a situation where you think if you're the Red Wings, you attack that. But over the last few stretch of games for the Maple Leafs, they've done a good job of limiting shots. And that's what it's all about right now. If you limit the shots, no matter who's out there, you're doing your job on defense. It's not all about just going out and scoring goals, although the Red Wings defensive line, they've done so of late. Philip Perron has been really good at that spot. So Maple Leafs win the defensive zone draw. As the referee's got to get out of the way of Victor Mete, and he's going to go ahead and just play one ahead. Picked up now by the Red Wings through the neutral zone as Berggren gets a piece of it. Pius Suter wins a stick battle. Puts this around the kick play now with Joe Veleno. He tries to cancel off. Good stick lift there by Veleno. As Berggren can't get to it, it's stuck in between Veleno's skate blade. And now this goes back to Mitchell Marner. Marner will play this one. Get it back to his defense as he's still kind of stick handling and forehandling that pass. He goes all the way in now off the dump. Osterley will get to it. And the Red Wings, as Raymond gets knocked down on his wallet, as this gets picked up near the left side red line. And if I have to reload this feed, I'm going to do that right now, as we should be getting back into it. 16:25 left to go in the first. It looks like I might have to reload this feed. So technical difficulties abound here. Apologize that to everybody. Shouldn't be any sort of too much of an issue here, as it's scoreless. About 16 minutes in, we're going to get our actual box on the ESPN side, just in case. So we got everything all set to go. 15:45 left to go in this first. It's still scoreless. I'm still waiting for our first shot as this goes down the ice, but it's not ice. Toronto gets to pick it up in their own end. Victor Mete plays this one ahead toward the neutral zone side as this gets dumped in again. Ville Husso with a quick stick, but there's 3 Toronto Maple Leafs that are sitting out there in front. Picked up now by Larkin. Larkin trying to get to the right side red line. Matthews intercepts. He's stick handling toward the middle of the slot. And now here's an opportunity. It's Kubalik and Larkin on a 2-on-1. Kubalik lets the wrist shot go, gets the rebound back, trying to stuff it across the blue line. Scores! What a play by the Red Wings as they just battled of the 2-on-1. And when the reinforcements came through, the puck was sitting across the red line, a couple stick handles, and finally getting it in. I think that could be Moritz Seider. They played just long enough on that 2-on-1 to get a shot past Murray. It bled through the 5-hole. A stick battle between 3 Red Wings and 2 Maple Leafs. Murray is down on the Snow Angel, and Larkin might be the one getting the credit for this goal. Maybe Seider. Don't know if there's going to be any goaltender interference. I don't think there's going to be. It should be Moritz Seider's goal. That's what they have right now. So the Red Wings take a very crazy 1-0 lead. And again, I think my octaves, not just because of my own team, but that was a ridiculous goal. And that was the first one of the game. But for Detroit, they got to make sure that they can keep this Toronto Maple Leafs team in check. You want to talk about how things can be different here for Detroit and how the record has been throughout the year. And that's understandable. We'll go forward as far as the schedule and everything else as we go along. But this Toronto team has been winning 6 of 8. They've been good. They've been scoring goals. They play better defense considering everybody that's been out. And the last few times when played Toronto, I mean, they've given up 10, they've given up 7. There's been some outlandish point totals. So you can expect some goals in this game, I would imagine. So now toward the left side blue line is Sundqvist trying to get a piece of it now. Now this is going toward Justin Hall. And Toronto can pick this one back up. Perron just going to backhand this one to his defensive part in the second line for Derek LaLonde and only Marner. And now the Red Wings can get this one as they slam this across the kick plate. There's a battle here for the puck because Joe Ville will actually pick it up off his backhand and beats 3 Maple Leafs there. Drop pass there. Jordan Osterley into the screen. This bounces out in front of one of the wings and now picked up and centered. And Ville couldn't get a piece of it. And are we getting a hooking penalty against the Maple Leafs? I think we are. 14:09 in the first. Toronto is going to be going to the box. So the Red Wings have scored the first goal. And they have a power play upcoming. So right now it's Moritz Seider from Dylan Larkin, his 15th assist, and Dominik Kubalik. So Dominik Kubalik's had 2 straight games where he didn't pick up a point. That's gone. Now with this 13th assist, and the over-under right now is Toronto minus 155, over-under is 6. So they're expecting some goals in this game, and I would think so too. Rasmus Sandin, 2 minutes for hooking on Joe Ville. And that's what we have right now. So Red Wings on the power play, and we'll see what those numbers are and everything else forthcoming. As Alexander Kerfoot is going to try to win this defensive zone draw here for Maple Leafs. But Larkin wins it clean as this goes to Seider. Back pass gets picked up now by Seider. Faked here by Perron. Back to Seider. Perron holding now near the right side dot. Now back to Moritz Seider, but he can't hold it in. He was by himself in the high slot, and they're going to have to recollect. David Perron. Off the backhand, his pass gets deflected. Good defense there with the active stick check by Kerfoot as Larkin. He's going to just race in, try to get to this first. This goes back to him, trying to send it out in front was Larkin. Nice backhanded pass by Seider. He gets Perron set up now near the right circle. Tried to send a pass across to Sundqvist, but he lost it in between his legs. And now the Maple Leafs and Mitch Marner will get this one down. Ville Husso is near the right dot playing this puck, as Toronto can get their changes, and so can the Red Wings. And now here comes Filip Perron. Filip Perron will bank this pass back to Tyler Bertuzzi. So Bertuzzi sitting on line 2 power play side with Andrew Keefe, as they've had some good active work there together since Bertuzzi has come back over the last several games. And Andrew Keefe is finally starting to get into form a little bit, although it's been a slow start. It's about how you progress and go forward throughout the season. So, again, another clear here by Toronto, as Detroit just can't get settled here on their power play. And Hronek now, Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi tried to stick handle, nothing doing there, and now they're going to have to race for the puck. Ville Husso going to get to it first. They're just going to play it around the boards. Picked up now by the Red Wings, as Hronek lost it through a couple of stick handles, started a battle in between a couple of Maple Leafs, and Detroit's power play has just not got anything going right now. As it's down to 20 seconds, there's a shorthanded opportunity. Kerfoot will get this one deep in there with Engvall. Jonathan Berggren will pick this up now. Again, he just got called up a few games ago, and Berggren's been pretty good on the point total side. So the Detroit power play is going to end here with no shots, although they're leading the shot board 5-0. Maple Leafs have not had a shot yet with 12 minutes left to go in this first. That's 8 minutes without a shot. So picked up now by Ben Chiarot. Ben Chiarot off the backhand side gets canceled off there. Now Ville tries to get to it first, but William Nylander will pick this up. Good flip ahead, but this gets intercepted by the Red Wings defense. There was Seider and Chiarot. Adam Ernie will get this one in deep as it's going to go back to Hollowell. Hollowell off the backhand will put this ahead, and this is a fortuitous bounce. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity. Now it could be a 3. Scores! Maple Leafs get the drop pass. It's Auston Matthews. Ties it at 1. And I just felt like that was going to be a dangerous rush, whether or not Auston Matthews was going to actually be able to join that one. He was waiting right in the high slot. He let the wrist shot go. That is his 11th of the season. He's too much of a sniper, way too much space, gets the flex on that stick, shoots it in the top right corner. Perfect shot. So the Maple Leafs are 1 for 1 shooting as Auston Matthews ties the game up. So 5 shots to 1, but it doesn't matter. The one that counts. Auston Matthews, number 34, ties this game at 1. So great contest that we've had so far. You can say a little bit of unfortunate play there for the Red Wings, but I won't. You're leaving the wrong guy open on that side for that back pass, and he can just walk in and step into a shot. Who cares about what they say about the slow start as far as goal totals? I know what Auston Matthews brings, and he's an incredible player. So we got a penalty coming the other way. I think this is going to be going on the Red Wings. So this could be a complete momentum swing here. We're going to get it all settled when we come back. We're tied at 1 with Auston Matthews' latest goal. We just about hit the halfway marker. Come right back. Good game so far. Appreciate anyone else that's been following along on the YouTube side, on the Twitter Spaces side. I'm going to go ahead and get you a question and answer thing here. Let me take care of this real quick. Close this one out.
So is this stuff really fresh? Yes. I mean, yeah, we don't have freezers. It's definitely real food. We always have fresh stuff coming in. I mean, this is the best one that you can get.
Fresh is what we stand for.
Definitely. Toyota Dawn is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota. Like Camry Hybrid. RAV4.
I'm going to throw this in there and I'll be right back.
Nobody has more all-wheel drive vehicles than Toyota, like the impressively sophisticated Highlander. Now save thousands in fuel costs on this electrified Highlander hybrid and get 2 years no cost maintenance.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places. Hard to wrap, easy to give. The Steel Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone on your list. Real steel. Find yours.
In a 1-1 tie, as the Maple Leafs head to a power play, match for the King. Maurice, who finished his career 89-90 as a Red Wings signed as a free agent. After all those wonderful years with the Toronto Maple Leafs, leading the way for the Europeans to play in the National Hockey League. And Maurice passed at age 75. ALS, such a sad loss. Nicholas Ruzai. Perron in the box for high speed. Leafs get the goal in their first shot at 8:24. After the Red Wings scored Seider from Larkin and Kubalik.
So Toronto on the power play. It's a minute 30 left to go. So just join you back here. Sorry. As this gets bounced through, Nylander scores right in off of it. So Maple Leafs with 2 straight goals on 3 shots. So Ville Husso is giving up a couple here as David Perron just comes back off of a power play goal. It's a 2-1 lead for the Maple Leafs. And I had a feeling that this might happen here on the side of it because this offense has been really good for Toronto on that side of it. And their defense has done a good job of limiting shots throughout this 6 of 8 and over this last few stretch of games. So we're going to see if this continues and whether or not Detroit can actually go back and bounce into this game as they scored the first goal. They are outshooting the Maple Leafs 5-2, but the first 2 shots for Toronto has gone in. It's why it's a 2-1 contest. So fans have not been able to chant Husso with the Who chants because he's given up a couple shots. It's more like the boos right now. But again, you're not going to put that toward Husso. He's been excellent here. But this is a primetime opportunity for the Red Wings to show what they can do against a really good team. And that's what you want to see right now. And that's what you're going to see when you're going into the December aspect of it. So we're at the halfway marker of this first period. It's a 2-1 lead for the Maple Leafs right now. Picked up now around the kick play by the Red Wings. Bergman tries to get a piece of it, but this goes up and out of play. So 3 shots now to 5. That's what the official total is. And we're getting another commercial break. So we come right back. We're going to get to the halfway marker through this game, and we're going to talk about it a little more because it's a 2-1 lead now for the Maple Leafs.
There's a new home for classic rock in the Motor City.
106.7 WLLC. Choice Wheels.
AC/DC,
Aerosmith.
Guns N' Roses,
Metallica.
Led Zeppelin, plus the Jockeys. Good morning. 106.7 WLLC. Detroit Wheels.
If you're willing to dream big, if you're willing to do really hard things, when I say hard things, harder than you've ever done, I will take you places from a football standpoint that you've never dreamed of. We all have fun a lot. Be set apart.
Watch your live local NHL games on the Valley Sports Set all season long. Just sign in with your TV provider or subscribe directly to the app so you don't miss a moment of your favorite teams up close, in your hand, or in your living room with more games to watch than ever before. It's so much more than just the score. The Valley Sports Set. The game is on.
Michael Bunting is now 27 years old. He was a Calder finalist at age 26, just beating out Lucas Raymond. Bunting at 877 points. For third as a Calder finalist, Raymond at 499. Let's look at their season comparison. This season, Bunting on pace for 46 points. Lucas Raymond on pace still for one better than he had last season as a rookie when he had 57. The Bunting's 63. Michael Bunting will be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season.
9:50 left to go in this first period. It's been 3 goals, 2 for Toronto, 1 for Detroit right now. It's been a fast-moving period at that. And a couple advantages there as far as what we've seen. You don't want to go on the penalty kill against either one of these teams, but especially Toronto. As it's picked up now. Back pass here for Marner. What a block by Olli Maatta, as that could have been another goal there for Toronto, as that was loose in the high slot off the drop pass with a wrister. So 9:29 left to go in the first. 5 shots to 3 in favor of the Red Wings. They're down 2-1 at Wilson's Arena. So most goals among Swedish skaters. Matt Sundin with 420 for the Maple Leafs. 1 Nylander with 150. Boris Salami, who just unfortunately passed, was 148. Power play goal of the night for William Nylander. Nylander's pretty good as far as Matthews and all that stuff too, as far as two-way forwards that can do a little bit of everything. This team is really good. Kyle Dubas, I know they've had some situations where, again, Toronto hasn't won a playoff round since 2004, but I'd be really hard-pressed not to say that Toronto isn't one of the best offensive teams in the league, and they find their way to be able to get their defense a little bit better, especially since some of these guys are banged up coming back. If they continue to buy into the system, I mean, you have to imagine at some point this Toronto team, once they get past that first round, I think it's going to be a little bit of a snowball effect. But I always think that they're one of the teams that can win a Stanley Cup with the personnel that they have. But again, it's just the one bugaboo for them. It's picked up now by Hull. Now Sandin's going to let this go, but it was saw by Husso all the way. There was no screen in front. 8:56 left to go in the first. So it's going to be another offensive zone draw here as Nylander was able to get a hug there for Salming, and that was a nice little tribute there for Salming before he eventually passed a few days later. And he was pretty bummed out about it, as getting Swedish to Swedish there for Nylander and Salming. But they have the patch there on the jersey, which is really cool too. So very cool to see there for the Maple Leafs. And if you're a Maple Leafs fan, I mean, it's one of those situations where this team has always been about class, and they've done very well, and that's a very good tribute there on that side. So defensive zone faceoff actually won there by the Red Wings, but canceled off nicely there. Kubalik gets worked off the puck by Hall. This gets banked out in front. Kubalik got a piece of it, actually. And then this goes to Hall now, left to right across your radio dial. This one gets trying to get dumped it across the red line. Seider actually got a piece of it. Now picked up by Kubalik. Kubalik's just going to throw this puck in toward an empty ring. And now this gets taken away from David Perron. And now it's going to be a one-on-one developing here. There's a chance for Chirac to get this one away from Nylander, and Auston Matthews will pick this up near the right side red line. Matthews can reset this back to his defense as Mark Giordano is playing on the first line now for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that's because of all the injuries, but he's been exceptional now, and he's one of those guys that's playing for about $500,000 sitting on that first line, and he's been exceptional, and that's what you want. So picked up in between a couple of skate blades. It's a battle between Zach Aston Reese, and now this is played ahead for Bertella Bertuzzi with the stick lift, but good defense on the backside by Toronto. This gets picked up now by Jake Wallman. Jake Wallman just going to fire this around the kick plate. Picked up now by Jordan Osterley using the backhand, the boards, as Wallman lets this go to the screen off the stick of Matt Murray and up and on a plate. 7:38 left to go in the first. John Ott with you from Little Caesars Arena. It's a little bit of a local look here for me for the Detroit Red Wings. It's only the second time I've covered them this season. Again, it's going to be a couple more games for me as far as what we have going on this week. Tomorrow, I'm going to be back on the YouTube side. It's either going to be the Florida Panthers and the Calgary Flames with Cooper Hopkins, or I might do an NCAA basketball game with Virginia and Michigan on that side. And then I won't be doing anything else broadcast related until Saturday, but I'll actually be on location as we'll be starting the semi-pro hockey center with the Waterford Sharks and the Detroit Warhawks. So that's going to be at 7 o'clock for me. That will be on YouTube on Will TV if you want to check that out. It's a little bit of robotic cameras and things like that. It'll be the first semi-pro assignment actually on location, so not being in front of the TV and actually calling a game, actually have a semi-pro assignment and see how that one goes. So picked up now. This is off sides as Nylander tried to dump this in deep. 7:13 left to go in the first, and now we have a meeting toward the players' benches. Adam Ernie has a couple extra words there from one of the Maple Leafs with 7:13 left to go in the first. John Ott with you was Adam Ernie and Kelly Arncroft that came together. And as I imagine, there's a lot of Toronto Maple Leafs fans in the building here at LCA because it's just a little short drive across the bridge. It's always been a great rivalry. The first time that I went to LCA, I've only been there twice, but the first time I went there was actually against the Maple Leafs, and it was a good contest. Maple Leafs did end up taking it. And I did sit next to a few Maple Leafs fans, and we had some really good seats. Although on that side, I will tell you, Maple Leafs fans, as passionate as they are, boy, are they wholesome and good people. I can tell you that. It was some of the most fun I've had sitting there talking hockey with some Maple Leafs fans, some Red Wings fans, and things like that. And it was just joyful completely, and they just want their team to win. And I can understand that precedent in the sense of it because it's been a while. But I certainly think, like I said, the personnel is going to be able to get that job done. Especially with all the defensive injuries and everybody coming back, you would think this team is going to continue to get better. Going to get dumped in now, picked up by Philip Perron. Perron now hits this to Ernie, and this gets bounced between Mark Giordano. So Giordano, the former Flame, now back home with the Toronto Maple Leafs. This gets picked up now by Hull. He's going to shoot this in with a wrist shot across the red line. You can do that and take your changes. Good play ahead there for Joe Veleno. It's 1-on-2. He's going to hold off the backhand side. He's going to wipe out as Nylander able to get a piece of that now. Holmgren as well. So Timothy Liljegren, I should say. Now Holmgren is out there as well with Giordano. So Holmgren and Liljegren. I got to get my grins correct. As this gets picked up now off Kerfoot and up in the players' bench. So we do get a stoppage. 6:15 left to go in the first. John Ott with you from LCA. 6 shots to 4. Low event as far as the shot totals, but not low event as far as the scoreboard. We've got 3 goals in this game. Husso only has a 50% goal save percentage here with 2 out of 4. And that's definitely going to have to improve, although that's the obvious thing to say. But a couple of those opportunities there I don't think could have been stopped necessarily. Right out in front, good big-time opportunities there, and Toronto was taking advantage of it. So Chirac will get this one here from Seider. Put this down to Matt Murray in the goal stick. Matt Murray will play this one high off the kick plate. Gets picked up in between a couple of Red Wings. Kubalik will drop this here for Perron. But Perron gets canceled off there nicely there by Nylander. Off the backhand now. Picked up by Nylander. We'll get this one down. Hollowell helps get this deep. A stick gets knocked out of the hand of one of the Maple Leafs defense. Here's a 3-on-2. Larkin with the drop pass for Perron. Centered out in front. Although there aren't any bodies there, it's just chaos toward the right side of the paint. And this gets fouled by Matt Murray. Try to get bounced there between a Seider shot, a Perron shot. There was chaos out in front. We get a break. 5:33 left to go in the first. It's a 2-1 lead for Toronto. Come right back.
The Southeast Michigan Ford dealers invite you to come home for the holidays. During this special time, come in and place an order for a select 23 Ford vehicle and receive $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. Plus, you get to lock in all incentives. Right now, returning AZ plan lessees can order a 2023 Explorer and lease it for $339 a month for 24 months. Come home for the holidays. We would love to see you at the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Games was told yesterday is 50 and Hawk AG. I got nothing for you, Marshawn, Barry. What's up, man? LA?
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Let's go with
Shot team with a game break brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. The Vegas Golden Knights unveiled their reverse retro jerseys over the weekend. They have the unique feature of glowing in the dark, which marks the first time an NHL jersey has had the feature, which intends to represent the glow of the city when one flies into Vegas, and the players could play all night, which, Kenny, as I understand it, might come in handy. Sounds like Las Vegas. Yeah. Our next telecast, Saturday night, Vegas Golden Knights in town.
Right. Just a guess.
Red Wings win the offensive zone draw right now, as it is showed on the Valley Sports Detroit side. Their next broadcast will be Saturday. That's when I'll be on the assignment. But it'll be the Vegas Golden Knights and the Detroit Red Wings, so another opportunity for Detroit to show what they have in front. A big opportunity for Suter. Rebound. Oh, what a save by Murray. He just robbed Joe Vallejo with the second rebound in the glove. It should have been 2-2. But Matt Murray with a gorgeous rebound save off the opportunity. This gets played off the kick plate around the net. Suter able to get the steal here momentarily, as now I see Suter's got it, set it up here for Moreno. Another opportunity. What a stop by Matt Murray. Keeps this game 2-1. And now it's another opportunity for the Red Wings on an offensive zone draw. It's Joe Vallejo again. He won the last one. He wins it again. Shot in through the top of the high slot by Seider, I believe, and this tries to get wrapped around there by Suter as he's using the active stick check. This goes back to the defensive side of Justin Hull. Giordano gets sandwiched, but still strong enough to get that puck out. And this goes back in between the boards, now near the right side of the blue line, as it's going to be Jonathan Berggren trying to get in there deep, but Justin Hull will play this here from Giordano again. And now Nylander get this one down. This bounces off of Jake Wallman. This could be a 3-on-3 here for the Maple Leafs. Wallman has to be quick about it in between the boards, and Vallejo will get this all the way down with a flip. Matt Murray will touch this with the goal stick. Play this here for Timothy Liljegren. Almost lost in between his skates. And now Mark Giordano plays this off the backhand, but he played it right to one of the Red Wings. And now the Maple Leafs, Michael Bunting, get this one back down to Giordano. Going to try this one more time for Liljegren on the left side red one. He's going to wrap it back to Giordano. So the Maple Leafs just trying to patiently get this all the way down the zone. Ville Husso will play it, stop it, make a nice pass here to Berggren. As Berggren now will try to go right to left, Berggren will flip all the way down an open wing. Glove down here by Liljegren, so the Red Wings need to try to pressure to get in there. As Bertuzzi couldn't get to it, this goes back to the neutral zone, picked up now by the Red Wings, and another dump down the ice. So battle for puck possession right now. Andrew Kopp couldn't beat Liljegren, as this is picked up now by the Maple Leafs. This has just been a battle over the last couple minutes into the neutral zone, as this goes back to Chirot and Mata. Going to be a bomb pass picked up now by Perron, but Perron got canceled off by Liljegren. So good defense by both teams right now, as the neutral zone battle has been about 3 minutes. Glove down here. David Perron. Larkin lost it. Larkin going to pick it back up. Larkin going to fire it in between three Maple Leafs, but it got blocked up by a skate and sent down the ice. So Moritz Seider now. Seider holding. He's going to play a pass that goes a little bit too long, but it was last touch, so Murray will come out and go play this one quickly. And now this goes back into the neutral zone. It's Ben Chirot on a one-on-one. Chirot is going to escape back in behind the office of Husso and play a backhanded pass to Seider. Again, this bounces off of some skates. This will go back to Matt Murray, and Matt Murray will play this here for Matt Hollowell. Hollowell will get this one down. Picked up now by the Maple Leafs in the offensive zone and intercepted by the Red Wings, but now here are the Maple Leafs as Nylander had this go just wide, picked up now by Pierre Engvall. Engvall plays it back to Victor Mete. Engvall now going across to the other defensive partner. Play this one ahead. It gets chipped in, intercepted now by Jake Wallman. Wallman quickly off the backhand. Nice drop pass here from Seider as Adam Ernie. Nice couple of skate throughs. Adam Ernie still with it as he lifted the stick ahead just to try to buy some time. Bertuzzi tried to get a piece of it. Gets it back to Wallman into the screen. And the shot gets deflected wide. Wallman again. Picked up now by Adam Ernie. Adam Ernie in behind the office of Murray. Plays it back to his defense. Rasmussen was all the way back there instead. Wallman into the screen. Hit one of the Red Wings in the head. That was Sundqvist. And is there going to be a penalty is the question. Or are we just stopping the play? Rasmussen fell on Matt Murray. 2:02. They said incidental contact. That's what Ken Daniels is saying. So I don't know if we're just going to have just a stoppage. Sundqvist got hit in the head, and then he got another opportunity with the puck. It was a slow deflection that bounced off the top of the helmet. And then Rasmussen was just destroying Matt Murray. He kind of had the elbow in there as he's falling down on top of him, but they said it was a little more of an incidental battle. So we get a stoppage with 2:02 left to go in the first. Murray's been good. He's made 9 of 10 saves. Ville Husso only stopped 2 of 4. So Matt Murray's been really good right now. Detroit's had some opportunities, but I will still say, even with some of those rebounds that the Red Wings have had, there was the one spectacular stop on Joe Veleno off the second opportunity there by Murray, no doubt. But still, the Maple Leafs, I think, have had the better scoring chances, not only because they scored twice, but those have been in the high slot inside the blue paint. So that is where you want them to be. Backhanded Berggren lets it go, and now Murray gets a slap shot. 2 quick saves in succession, the quick backhand and an Olli Maatta slap shot. So now 12-4 are the shots. So Maple Leafs have to probably want to fix that one up a little bit as Detroit's had some opportunities, but they got to feel pretty confident with Matt Murray and behind the goal crease right now. He's been excellent. So Veleno, we'll see if he's going to get kicked out of the draw. He is. So you got 2 centers out there right now, really, in Suter and Veleno on the same line. So Suter going to take the draw. Suter actually going to win this one momentarily, but when played ahead by a couple of skate blades, this goes back to the defensive side. So picked up now by Timothy Liljegren. Liljegren will just rocket this toward the red line side off of the forehanded pass. And now Hronek plays this in behind the cage of Ville Husso. Going to leave this here for Joe Veleno. Veleno trying to get the entry in between 5 Maple Leafs as they were just trapping that neutral zone side. And Liljegren will get this one back to the forward side. It goes. Dump down the ice. Filip Hronek will be the first to get to it as he had to get around a Sandin body check. Picked up now by Jonathan Berggren as this goes back to Olli Maatta. Seider. We'll have it now. Olli Maatta. Olli Maatta still with it. Berggren lost it between a couple of skate blades, and this goes back to Filip Hronek. Larkin now off the backhand. He can't really chip it ahead, but Jonathan Berggren could get to this first. He just chips a little bit ahead, more toward the right dot, and takes his change. As this gets picked up now by Hull. Auston Matthews almost made something happen. He was almost partially tripped there, trying to get gloved-handed by one of the defensemen here. That was Seider. And this is going to go back now to Mo. Mo's going to play this now toward the kick plate. Intercepted by Matthews. Loose in the high slot, and a glove save there by Husso. He needed to make it. Bunting was wide open in the middle of the slot by himself. Poor pass there by Seider. And that one gets picked up, and the catching glove by Husso, and the Red Wings dodge a bullet there. So this goes around toward an intercepted side near the right side dot. Matthews right to Bunting. Nylander was on the doorstep waiting for a rebound, and that was a solid save there by Husso, and he really needed it. So defensive zone win. Picked up now by the Red Wings. Pass goes just ahead of Kubalik. Picked up now by Chirac. Kubalik trying to get in there first off the backhand. Perron gets knocked down. Still plays this amongst his knees. Kubalik now gets this around the embankment. Picked up now Seider. Chirac to the screen. Where is it? Picked up now by Matthews. Nylander gets this one down deep. It's going to be Seider. Seider trying to be a little bit more sure about that pass as this goes back into the neutral zone. We're going to run out of time in the first period. It's a 2-1 lead for the Maple Leafs after one. Good contest, 12 shots to 5 in favor of the Red Wings, but some high-scoring opportunities for the Maple Leafs, and they took advantage of it in the right spots. Come right back. We'll call the second period in a moment.
The Toronto Maple Leafs are 7-3-2 this season. When they scored first, the Red Wings well aware of that, so they wanted to have a great start, and they really had a great start in the first meeting of the season between these two teams. Let's take it back to the goal that was scored. It was a gritty goal that Arch brings to the big money first division.
The Wings got their start they wanted the first 5 minutes. They dominated the Leafs without a shot. The Wings plenty of opportunities. And just good defense again. That's what's needed against the Leafs. And off to the races. Kubalik with the puck. You're like, well, this is Seider's coming in late here. He's the one that's initially broken the play. Yeah, it doesn't go in right away, but the second, third, there's a little bit of fourth effort in that as well. You see right there trying to jam it in. If not for Seider being there, this would never have been a goal. So Larkin taking away there as well. The Wings go up 1-0 on Seider's second of the year, another defense goal, which is huge for the Wings. Off to the start they wanted, John.
Yeah, might have been the fifth or sixth effort there to get that one past Matt Murray. And then the Wings had an early power play. You're thinking, all right, well, this can continue to set the tone that the Red Wings want to have. And then ultimately, that tone sort of went sideways. The Toronto Maple Leafs finding their way back into this one. Let's take a peek through GNC Pro Vision.
Yeah, when you're playing a team like the Leafs, 5 in a row on the road, great record. We know who they are. You can't make a lot of mistakes. You have to keep momentum your way. The power play just didn't create that for them. And here's a 2-on-1 with Matthews kind of coming late. And that's his wheelhouse, right down Main Street. This is what he does. It might have tipped off the stick a bit, but this guy just knows how to score, obviously, a ton of points against the Wings in his young career.
All right, so I have the notes and everything else all pretty much set up here. So we open with a 4:45 in the first period for Moritz, Seider, and Larkin and Kubalik. That was an opportunity for Larkin and Kubalik on the 2-on-1. They created enough opportunity there with Larkin with a shot. It was loose. Matt Murray was doing the snow angel toward the left side of the crease. He's just trying to hold it, crossing the red line. Moritz Seider comes in late, jams the puck in between a couple of active skates and blades in between both squads. It was 1-0 Red Wings at the 4:45 mark. And then Toronto got the next two goals. It was 8:24, a drop pass in the slot, and Matthews scores. It was a juicy play, a good setup there by Michael Bunting to Mac Hollowell. Bunting, drop pass right to Matthews. No mistake about it in the high slot. Gets his 11th of the season. And then David Perron goes to the box on the penalty. About 30 seconds later, William Nylander scores on the power play as he gets a rebound opportunity in the right side of the crease. Picked up on the second chance by Nylander. He scores, and it's 2-1 Toronto after one period of play. So good contest so far. After one, the shot totals are 12-5 in favor of the Wings, 14-10 in favor of Detroit, and 11-8 in favor of faceoffs for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And that's where we are after one. So I appreciate anyone else that's going along. I can't show the game there, Ben, on that side because I'll get demonetized completely. So if you want to go ahead and find some streams, be more than happy to go ahead and do so. But if you want the play-by-play, I can go ahead and show you that, because if I show this stuff, it's going to immediately get a demonetized side of it. I can't even do these.
Serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma, skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occur. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant. Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq. Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Made with Mexican spices, made for natural cheeses, only at Taco Bell.
Black Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for dad, mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday. Save big money in your lives.
Valley Sports is brought to you by Xfinity. Power your home team with King Speed Internet from Xfinity. By LaLonde. Insurance companies say they won't pay. Go to getpaid.com. And by America Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to America. A great look at the reverse retro jerseys that the Red Wings are wearing for the first time this season. A nod to the look of the old Detroit Cougars, a team which predated the Red Wings' arrival into the National Hockey League. Tonight, two members of the original six are meeting, but Wings at down goals for the Maple Leafs after one period of play, but they're a third of the way to Arby's for you. Anytime the Wings score 3 or more in a game, you're invited to visit Arby's the following day and receive a free small order of Crowley Fries. Seider scored for the Red Wings, Matthews and Nylander for the Maple Leafs. It's 2-1 after 1 on a Monday night on Valley Sports.
Little Caesars Detroit style weekday pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy center. Do you love it, Matthew Stafford?
I'm not a walking billboard.
Okay, never mind. Pizza, pizza. Get Little Caesars Detroit style weekday pizza for just $8.99. Pizza, pizza.
Hard to wrap, easy to give. The Steel Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone on your list. Real Steel. The holidays. Time to enjoy the beauty of the Michigan winter and the fun of the Michigan lottery. With so many games in store and online. For friends, family, and you, they're the perfect gift to light up the season. This year, put you play your holiday.
Get the perfect holiday gifts for hockey fans on your list at NHLShop.com. The world's largest selection of officially licensed
All right.
with unique rubber-guide designs by Fanatics, Adidas, and more. All the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special holiday offer. NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
It's not just a game, it's the game. At the Powerball, Ohio State versus Michigan, a new document, live on Valley Sports Detroit.
Thank you, John. Hello, everybody. This is a big crowd.
If you're willing to dream big, if you're willing to do really hard things, when I say hard things, harder than you've ever done, I will take you places from a football standpoint that you've never dreamed of. But we all have to buckle up. Be set apart.
He was 2-9 in 2018.
Pizza, pizza.
Women's hockey tonight on Valley Sports is brought to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Big Ford. Lots of day games made their way across the border for this one. Lots of Maple Leafs fans in attendance in the Wings and the Leafs meeting for the first time. Registration is now open for the 2023 Ironman 5K taking place May 6th at Commemorative Park. Scan the QR code on your screen to take advantage of our Black Friday sale and sign up for one of our race packages. Packages include a long sleeve hoodie, medal tickets to your favorite Detroit teams. Don't miss out on this Black Friday sale, only good until 11:15 tomorrow. Scan the QR code on your screen to register, or for more information, visit runsignup.com/IRAN.
That's definitely him.
Dude, that's Jessica taking a little break with her pet in the frosty.
I gotta ask. Hello?
Hi.
Mind if I sit? Oh.
Choose wisely. Choose Lady's new Perron price. Bell Tire has the lowest tire price, period. As an end of sentence. But then you've got a guy who just keeps going with free lifetime flat repairs, tire rotations, and alignment checks. More free services to get more out of your tires.
All right.
More than anybody.
Which is how we make the lowest tire price feel even lower. So come see your guy at Bell Tire today, any day, every day, for the lowest tire price, period, and more. Bell Tire.
Raise your hand if you think we should avoid that charging cord.
Kidding. Oh my gosh, take a joke. Has recognized and avoided more objects than any other robot. iRobot OS.
Every year in Detroit, 8,709 people graduate. A few in style. 2,800 get a promotion. Some for no particular reason. Thousands will retire. One really wants to. 4,500 people get married. A few will get divorced. Right now, 18 are on their first date. One won't get a second. According to our numbers, it's a good time for a grand time. MG and Grand Detroit.
The holidays were not good for Romeo and Juliet. But after saving big with Amazon Seider Monday, tragedy was a real
If you're looking to get into a new Kia, they've got it at Glassman. Inventory is not available at Glassman.
So let's go around our scoreboard here. I'm just going to do this. I know nobody's on the YouTube side of it, but if you do follow along, I'll go ahead and go in the scoreboard here just to make sure and see what we got. So our game's 2-1 in the midst of an intermission. I think I still have a little bit of time here. We still got another 5 minutes, so we're good on this side. So let's go through it. The Lightning and the Sabres tied a dose at the end of 1. Let me give you a couple of the goal scorers here. So for the Tampa Bay Lightning, they started with Braden Point on the power play from Kucherov, his 22nd assist, and Brandon Nagel was 10th. Corey Perry then scored from Steven Stamkos, and then back-to-back goals from the Buffalo Sabres to end the first. It was Tage Thompson and Jack Quinn. The goaltender for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is the goaltender for the Buffalo Sabres. Wanted to make sure I got that one correctly. And Brian Elliott's getting the start there for the Tampa Bay Lightning, as Vassy is going to get a day off. So that's 2-2 after 1. Let's look at this side now. We have Golden Knights. They're up 2-0 against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Golden Knights have lost a few games in a row here, and they've not played well of late, although they're still 16-6-1. So they're in no danger in the Pacific Division, but they do want to get the win against Columbus. Columbus, a little off and on starts here, 2-0 for the Golden Knights. They have goals from William Karlsson at 15:59 and 16:55. William Carrier from Zach Whitecloud. Karlsson 6, Carrier's 8th, as Vegas has a 2-0 lead. And the only other goal scoring that I have to tell you about, because the other games are going to be coming underway, are the Devils and the Rangers tied at 2 as well. It is 2 straight goals. Here's another one. 2 straight goals from one team, 2 straight goals from another team. Artemi Panarin has 6 from Philip Hedl and Keandre Miller. And Mika Zibanejad with his 11th from Chris Kreider and Jacob Trouba. And then Tomas Tatar from Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier. And then Igor Sharankovich with his 7th ties the game at 2. Igor Shesterkin can give up a couple. 11 saves, 846. Vitek Vanacek, 9 saves out of 11 for 18 save percentage. The only other NHL games that are left to go are Stars and Blues at 8 and the Panthers and Oilers at 9:30. So it is a small hockey night on that side of it.
All rights to this broadcast are reserved. We rebroadcast, recording, retranslations, telecommunications to the public, or other unauthorized use of this broadcast without the express written permission of trade revenues is prohibited.
It's not just a game. It's a league. Ohio State versus Michigan. A new guy. On Valley Sports Detroit.
So I was glad as we come back in here that I was able to get through all the technical difficulties from the beginning. Man, I was right up to the wire here. I had everything else in place, but it was just not working. The camera side wasn't working. I had to get some stuff squared away, but we're all good now. And we're going to be getting toward our second period shortly. So anyone that follows along, I appreciate it here today. Full coverage is going to be at hopefulsportsguide.wordpress.com. The NHL side of it, we went over that scoreboard. What's going on in the NBA? What's going on in the World Cup? So World Cup, I think the U.S. plays Iran tomorrow, and if they don't win, they're out pretty much. That's what that shows. Really nothing to really talk about on the World Cup side. On the NBA side, what do we got? Let's take a quick look at that. So a few games underway. Hawks on the 76ers. It's 1:12 left to go in the half. 52-45, Hawks with the lead. Wizards killing the Timberwolves 70-46 with 2:42 in the second. That's going to be tough to bounce back from that. Timberwolves being outscored 32-13 in the second period alone. 45-19. It's a first quarter 45 spot for the Celtics. My God, 45-19. Nets losing to the Magic 28-23 at the end of one. And at the end of one between the Raptors and Cavs, it's a 26-22 lead for Toronto. The Thunder and Pelicans will get underway with the Rockets and Nuggets at 9. 9 o'clock is Bulls Jazz. Bulls are 8-11 on the season. My God. Jazz are 12-10 as they're starting to fall back a little bit from pretty much getting rid of all their pieces, starting to level off. Suns 13-6 on the season against the Kings 10-8. That gets Wade 10 and 10:30 is Pacers Lakers. Lakers trying to continue to win some games.
Mickey Redmond, Chris Auston, Chris Cooper, Andre West McCauley, and former rep and now supervisor Dan O'Halloran. Tickets available at JamieDanielsFoundation.org as we help those suffering from substance use disorder and a new adolescent addiction recovery center in Troy that we're helping to fund and hope you'll help our foundation do that. A fantastic silent auction is up now on our website. Larkin and Bertuzzi signed sticks, a Seider sweater, an Auston Matthews jersey. Although the Irving fans may not want in on that one tonight, he scored a beautiful goal. And sticks as well. Sidney Crosby gave you a signed stick as well. Baseball, football.
We're going to be getting underway here. Again, they're just going for some of the stuff on the Valley Sports Detroit feed. That's what I got for the local assignment. But again, that's one of the best ones in the business. What's going on, Mist? How are you doing there, buddy? Appreciate you following along. I apologize that I couldn't do any other streams besides the Monday side of it, but I will be here today. We'll be here tomorrow until the Saturday local assignment where I'll be on vacation. So thankfully got all the extra stuff going on with technical difficulties. That's all done and out of the way. Now it's just up to this game. Red Wings local assignment here for me as far as being home, but the semi-pro hockey is where I'll be underway on Saturday side when that will be an opportunity for me to call a semi-pro game and hopefully do well with it. So I appreciate you being here, boss. It's going to be picked up now by the Maple Leafs into the neutral zone. They're going to be going right to left in this period. Red Wings will be going right to left, and the Maple Leafs will be going left to right. Well, let's get that correct. This goes in behind the office here of Ville, Husso. Red Wings have this now. It's Perron. We'll play this one. Cobb gets knocked down. As this gets picked up now by the Maple Leafs. Trying to get a quick enter. Marner is going to just dump this one down toward a vacant left side faceoff dot. Tavares gets canceled off the puck. As this gets picked up now by Lucas Raymond, although Raymond's going to get around two defensemen. He can't do it as Giordano cancels him off nicely. Marner, nice pass. And this gets played by Auston Matthews just toward an open wing side as Giordano will drop this. Here for Marner. Marner in the high slot scores! And he was unchecked. It was a rebound, and I can say this, did not get picked up there cleanly by Ville Husso, but no reason for Mitch Marner to be all alone in the high slot off the drop pass. And Toronto's made no mistake about any opportunity that they've gotten. They've hit the bullseye 3 times already on 6 shots. So Ville Husso, this is just a great cut by Marner. He's all alone in the high slot. Husso gets a piece of it with the pad, but he cannot stop the extra part of the rebound that was let go by him as it rolls safely across the red line. It's a 3-1 lead for the Maple Leafs. So the Red Wings have only given up 6 shots, but still, they've left the wrong guys open on the side of it between Marner and Matthews in the high slot. They've got their opportunities. Normally, Ville Husso can make some of those saves. I won't disagree. But it's not a situation where you want to give goal scorers good looks at the net, and that's what the Red Wings have done. So Matthews falls down. It's a 3-on-2 opportunity. David Perron, cross pass shot, big save by Murray. Oh, it goes across the blue paint and across the red line. But it's kept in now by Seider, deflected out in front, picked up now by Timothy Liljegren. As Liljegren tries to pick this, and now this goes back to Michael Bunting. Bunting off the backhand. They will get this in deep. And now the Red Wings have this with Jordan Osterley. So Osterley's out there with Moritz Seider right now. So a mix of lines here from Derek LaLonde as they crisscross. And now Perron will get a chance to get a chance behind the net to pick this one. I'm all over my words right now. So Seider has it now. Near the right side red line. Seider still holding, working his way into the neutral zone. This gets dropped back to him in the high slot. Lets it go. This gets blocked by a host of Red Wings before it ever got there. Bounced out in front. Anna Murray couldn't get to it as Rasmussen tried to score off the tip in the air. And Rasmussen lays down the wood against one of the Maple Leafs and knocks them down pretty hard. Backhanded pass there by Seider. There's a chance now for Osterley. Osterley just fires in the catching glove of Matt Murray. He holds. Rasmussen with a couple extra pushes there. Rasmussen trying to work on Victor Mete. Victor Mete is just getting a couple slashes in there just for show because, again, it's about a 5-inch height advantage and probably about a 30, 40-pound weight advantage there for Rasmussen over Victor Mete, but you still got to like the character there for the Maple Leafs to fire back and get some extra checks in there because you don't want to just let the guy work all over you. So picked up now. Let's get in Matthias Holmberg, or Pontus Holmberg, I should say. He's going to win the defensive zone draw for the Maple Leafs as this gets put in toward an open left side faceoff dot by Pierre Engvall. And now the Red Wings try to just pick this back up as this gets hit off the embankment. Picked up now by Kerfoot as this is around the red line side and then stolen by the Red Wings. Red Wings trying to go left to right in radio dial across this second stanza. They're now down 2 as Jonathan Berggren got checked off the puck. Kerfoot drops this back to his defensive side as Giordano will get this to the defensive teammate. Now to the right side, Ryan going to power toward off the backhand side. Another opportunity, a third opportunity, and Husso stopped them all. But this goes back to Rasmus Sandin. Now near the right side dot. Now Suter has it. Although Suter's got to get around a couple of Maple Leafs. William Nylander trying to pry this loose. Sandin will get back to his defensive spotting there with Timothy Liljegren. As now this hits off the lively inboards into the neutral zone. The Red Wings will dump this in across the red line. Picked up now by Liljegren. Liljegren holding off the backhand, worked off the puck, still holding on with it is Liljegren, and good work. He went through 2 checks to be able to get that all the way down the ice. So good job there by Timothy Liljegren of the Toronto Maple Leafs. 15 shots to 6 in favor of the Wings, but it's 3 goals against them, Ville Husso. And the one thing that I can say between Derek LaLonde and the coach from last year in the sense of everything that was going on from the Tampa Bay Lightning side. Again, it's John Cooper there on the head coach side, and now the assistant there is Jeff Blashill. Again, I was trying to find my words. Jeff Blashill is one of those guys that will flip goalies if one of them is gone cold. Derek LaLonde leaves the starter in there pretty much, so that's what he's done. So Ville Husso has a game where he'd given up 6 goals. He's already given up 3 on 6 shots. And what I'm saying is Ville Husso might have to take this entire punishment if he does not continue to figure this out. This goes down the ice. Michael Bunting is going to win the hybrid icing race. And we'll get a stoppage with 15:28 left to go in the second stanza. It's now a 3-1 lead for the Maple Leafs. And as I said, going into the opening of this game, we've had some situations where, what's going on, Maripol? How are you doing? We've had some situations where the Red Wings in last season, they've given up a 10, they've given up an 8, they've given up some plenty goals from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and there could be much more here tonight as we talk about in the opening. And right now, it's already 3 goals here for the Maple Leafs. So Nylander plays a pass across the defensive side. His Hull has his shot get a little bit deflected. Red Wings trying to find this now near the left side faceoff dot. Trot Try to play this one in for Seider, and Seider will just put a stick at it as this goes down the ice, and it's another icing against the Red Wings, so they cannot change. Another stoppage at 15:01 left to go in the second stanza. John Ott here with you, commentating on a local assignment as that shot from Nylander just hit the post. So a chance for me to cover a local team here for the Red Wings here and see how they do, and I'm going to keep my chance to figure out what they're going to do as far as the Red Wings playing against good teams. Are they going to be able to get that same kind of record that they have right now against teams that are on the playoff line? What a spin move there by Marner. Centered out in front there for Nylander and Yarncroc. And that was a primetime opportunity that somehow didn't materialize. Picked up now by Liljegren. And now Sandin. Sandin will get this one down into the neutral zone. Picked up now by Jordan Osterley as the Red Wings will now try to get something going. Played ahead nicely with David Perron. Perron gets the pass in between his legs somehow to one of the Red Wings forwards, and now Larkin into the high slot. Good pass to the defensive side, picked up off the embankment by Osterley. Osterley now has it near the left side red line, canceled off there by John Tavares, the captain. Perron trying to get to it now. Perron with the backhand, now near the right side red line, still has it. Tavares gets knocked down. Maple Leafs trying to get this one down as Kelly Armcroft will try to win this race. Plays it ahead, Osterley. Osterley hits it off an open, lively and boards to Perron near the left side red line. Picked up now by David. David will spin. Extra spin there for Perron. Still with it near the right side red line. Good work there by David Perron to find Dylan Larkin. But the Red Wings can't hold it in as Zach Aston Reese will get this one down. Toronto now in the offensive zone. They leave it here for Zach Aston Reese, the ZAR, if you want to go ahead with the three letters. As this goes just wide, Victor Mete picks it up, plays it just between the crease toward the red line, and that went just wide as Ville Husso would have been down and out. And now here's a chance as Liljegren will hit this off the inboards. This goes across the wing wheel logo. It's Rasmussen. He powers his way to the net. He got canceled off there by Matt Murray off the backhand. Rasmussen now showing the power forward tendencies. He's still working in behind the cage. Kept in by Heronic into the screen. There's all sorts of traffic. And Murray tried to center it. Matt Murray doesn't have his goal stick. Slap shot tipped. And Murray tries to pick it up. Oh, shoots it wide over the net. And Rasmussen now still with it. Still holding. Drops it here for Ernie. And this goes too far for Sundqvist as the redwood tree line's out there right now. But again, no Soderblom because of the injuries. Now Sundqvist has it in deep. Nice one-timer for Rasmussen, but an even better block by the Maple Leafs as they survive the danger and get it down. Turned over toward the neutral zone side. And now here is Pontus Holmberg. Holmberg will watch this one go around the kick plate as Osterley tries to get a piece of it now for the Red Wings. And now Justin Hull will recollect in his own end as this goes down to Mark Giordano. Mark Giordano, again, $500,000 man playing on the first line defense side because so many injuries for Toronto on the back end. They got 5 defensemen out. But everybody else that's been in there has bought into the system and they tried to limit shots and they've done well. Flip pass, good interception there by Giordano. He has to get around the hit of Veleno. He does so, but Veleno tries to pick it up in behind the office, and overskated there was one of the Red Wings. Here Engvall now with Hull. Hull off the backhand, trying to leave it here for Engvall. And this will be cleared ahead. Picked up now by the Maple Leafs. It's number 34. He's going to center it back to his defense now. There's a chance for Liljegren. He's just going to spin this around the kick plate. Alexander Kerfoot now to Matthews. Matthews tried to center it out in front. Picked up now by Rasmus, and he scores through the screen. And it's 4-1 Maple Leafs. Everything they're shooting at the net is going in. There is a host of Maple Leafs fans. They feel really good about what they're seeing right now. And why shouldn't they? And Derek LaLonde is looking down at the scoring sheet, wondering if he wants to make a goal change. Again, I've said this before, wondering if he wants to challenge as Bunting. It went off the stick of Bunting, possibly. Maybe the Red Wings want to look at a high stick side of it. I don't think so. I think that was just level. And again, crossbar height, that's what Ken Daniels and Mickey Redmond are trying to say. I think this goal's probably going to stand. And as it stands, Ville Husso He's getting on one of those situations again where he might get shelled tonight. It's one of those situations where Toronto has been a really good offensive team. They've won 3 straight. Red Wings have won 4 straight, but the Maple Leafs are a much higher class than the Red Wings are as far as what they can offer, as far as offense, abilities, everything else like that. And again, it's not one of these situations for me to cover the game tonight just to watch the team get killed. It's one of these situations where I want to watch how the Red Wings can play against teams that are above the playoff line. And here is something. Ville Husso. He's exiting. He's given up 4 goals. Alex Nedeljkovic is coming in. So Ville Husso's line is final. 4 goals on 13 shots. He made just 9 saves. He's not been the goaltender that he's normally been when he was one of the best, and the reason why the Red Wings have the record that they do, as we're back underneath the action right now. Make no mistake about it, the reason why the Red Wings are 11-5-4 is because of Ville Husso and the 3 shutouts, but he just didn't have it tonight. Raymond with a drop pass here for Kopp, but nice defense there by Auston Matthews. As Trot will get this one down, but this gets blocked here by Matthews and picked up now by Sandin. Sandin will leave this now for Matthews. Long flick down the ice. We'll see if this will be iced. This will be canceled off. And Sherratt now for Seider. Seider just going to leave it right back to Ben Sherratt. Sherratt will play this now to Seider. Left to right across your radio dial. Seider gets the pass. Flip pass ahead. Can't be knocked down by Pertuzzi. That was kind of a lazy pass there. Don't like that turnover. As this gets picked up by John Tavares. Giordano. Nice defense there by Kubalik to just force Toronto to have to give this up. And Alex Nedeljkovic now, your new goaltender, will play this here amongst his defensemen. Outlet pass. Here's a chance now for the Red Wings. Kubalik off the drop. David Perron powering his way toward the net. Larkin was there, but Murray was able to knock that rebound away before it ever hit Larkin's stick. Giordano. Turnover in front, as it was a great shot by Kubalik, but an even better save by Matt Murray. So Matt Murray has looked like Ville Husso has on the other side when he normally was playing well. But now it's Alex Nedeljkovic in there as Husso get up 4. David Kampf as it gets knocked away. Kampf will get this one down. Picked up now by Olli Maatta and behind the cage of Nedeljkovic. Turned over there, John Tavares, able to buy some more time. As this goes back in between a couple of defensemen, now for Perron. Now for Maatta. Maatta will hold and play back to Perron. Perron. This gets passed in between a couple of skate blades, and now in the offensive zone are the Red Wings, although they're trying to make something happen. Stick is caught up in the air, picked up now by Hronek there momentarily. He's doing some yeoman's work as this goes back in. Centered out in front. What a stop there by Murray again as that got brushed aside. 19 shots to 13 for the Red Wings, but they're down 4-1. Everything Toronto's looking at is going in the net, and they're getting some great opportunities, and they're scoring on all of them. There really isn't anything else you can say. They're making the opportunities because the Red Wings are leaving guys open in the slot, and that's been the majority of this game. So Victor Mete, power toward the left side of the faceoff. Dottie finally gets canceled off, but this goes back to Bunting, and we may have a penalty call against the Red Wings. And if that is a situation, that could be a rough spot, unless this is against, Shelgren, but we'll see right now. Timothy Liljegren, I should say. We come right back in, it'll be a 4-1 lead for the Maple Leafs with 8:46 left. And we'll see if the Trent can make something happen in the second.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Sign up with the promo code. Bet $5 to win $150 if your team wins.
And get in on the action with an official sports betting partner.
All right. So in the second period right now, your lone goal scorer, well, I should say 2. There's been 2 in the second period. Mitch Marner from Giordano and Kjell Järnkrok and Rasmus Sandin at 8:37. So Toronto scored quickly in the second, and then they scored a little bit later in.
Yeah, now we do some weird things to get our speeds. Kids, this sucks. Well, if you just switch, maybe you don't have to be good. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, really use the B word.
I was censored.
We prefer pro lunar.
Much better. Research shows people remember commercials with nostalgia. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's one that'll run you. Customize your insurance from Liberty Mutual. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
That was at 52 seconds.
The New Jersey 2 games into the season, but in tonight's Coors Light report, happy to tell you he became the fifth coach in NHL history to collect his 800th win. And News from LaLonde says the most impressive thing about that is the experience that's needed and the adaptability to today's young players. To roll with the times, to pick up a number such as 800 wins is quite impressive. And you see the list of guys that joins. Joel Quenneville, Barry Trotz, Ken Hitchcock, and Scotty Bowman, who he once played for.
That Lindy was saying last week, it's not so much about the X's and O's, but in this day and age,
All right.
all too well.
We're going to get in the play-by-play here in 1 second as we just got it iced, and I'm just going to go ahead and get these extra goals in here really quick. So Toronto wins the neutral zone face-off after the draw loss, and now Hull pick this up, and Giordano plays it out to the forward side as Kerfoot. It canceled off, and here come the Red Wings. It's Jonathan Berggren of those 1-on-3, and good work there by Toronto. Again, they've talked about all the defensive injuries that Toronto has had, and that's 5 of them right now. We talked about it toward the opening of this broadcast, but as they've said, these guys have bought in and been brought in. They're just trying to limit shots and support each other. And that's really all you need your defenseman to do. I'm not worried about all the goal-scoring propositions. You have all that firepower. One-timer for Perron goes just wide. Osterley will pick it up. Suter now for Berggren. Jonathan Berggren going to hold this one. Pass to Suter. Suter into the traffic now. Passes back to his defense. Jordan Osterley had it canceled off by one of the active skates by Toronto. Is Berggren now. And behind the office, protecting the puck well, trying to leave it there for Pius Suter. Suter getting worked off the puck as Valeno couldn't find it. And this is played nicely back to the Toronto defense. And you really feel like now, even with 7:25 left to go in the second period, this does not seem like the same Maple Leafs team that would be guilty of giving up goal after goal after goal. This defensive unit's been really solid right now. Again, they've only surrendered 19 shots as Auston Matthews went through 2 different Red Wings. He still dumped that one down the ice. What I'm saying to you is I feel like the Toronto Maple Leafs are on cruise control right now. And this would take a monumental collapse for Toronto to give up these 3 goals. And I just don't see it happening. Maybe Detroit gets one more, but that's all I really see right now. They played well. And you can definitely see why they've won 6 of the last 8, because you already know what your offense is going to bring. If your defense buys in, you get some solid goaltending. Now that you got Matt Murray back, what more do the Maple Leafs need? I think Kyle Dubas has done a good job. So Nylander going to drop this one for Matthews. Matthews, he got upended with a strong hit there by Kopp and just tried to use the body. And now this goes to Marner off the backhand. Marner will just play this toward an open left side red line. Victor Mete gets this in deep now. Michael Bunting, the 27-year-old in his second season. Only his second season. He was a Calder finalist there for 26-year-old rookie. And now Tavares, the captain, will drop it here for Bunting. Bunting just hits one off the embankment. Red Wings having trouble trying to get this out as this gets intercepted nicely by Toronto's defense. Even though it was the last man back, it was a good, clear, and decisive push ahead. Alex Nedeljkovic now plays it here for Osterley. Poor turnover. Now in the high slot. Tavares with a wicked wrister. And that went off the stick of Alex Nedeljkovic. Here's a chance for Dylan Larkin. It's 1-on-3, holding off the backhand, but great work there by Marner, just to get a little bit of a stick on it. Larkin almost forced a turnover as this goes back to Nylander. And now Tavares will play this here for William Nylander. Nylander will get this one down the ice. Bounces high off the kick plate. Where is it? David Perron able to fire this all the way down. Adam Ernie off the lone forward check as Matt Murray will come out of the goal crease to play this one. Nothing but Maple Leafs, so nothing dangerous there. Stoppage, 5:15. Do we have too many men on the ice? Question mark. We'll see what happens here. Sheldon Keefe is looking on. I think we're going to a commercial break, so I'm going to take mine right now as I see the scorecard on, and we'll sort it when we come back. I've been good, Marpool. Everything's not too bad right now. I apologize. I've been only able to get to one stream last week. I've had some situations where I'm trying to get everything all squared away with the computer as far as some parts with my cousin helping me get all that stuff figured out. And with the Thanksgiving and everything else too, just haven't really had the time. And he's also had the computer and stuff over Thanksgiving. So everything else is good now. I'll be good for today. I'll be good for tomorrow. So it's either going to be Cooper Hopkins and myself for Florida and Calgary tomorrow, or I'll be doing a NCAA basketball assignment with the Michigan Wolverines and the Virginia, and then I'll have to do some prep work tomorrow or Wednesday for my semi-pro assignment. So no streaming Wednesday, busy Thursday. Might be able to get something in on Friday, but Saturday will be the semi-pro assignment. So today, tomorrow will be good as far as streaming side of it. So hopefully you've been doing well. Hopefully everything else has been doing well for you. And we'll get everything squared away and get back to normal here pretty soon.
GMC lease can get this low mileage lease on this 2022 Touring SLE for $199 per month.
Sheldon Keefe's teams have been slow starts, but once you get into the second month of the season, they keep on rolling. 21 points only.
So in October, the Maple Leafs were 4-4-2. In November, they're 9-1-3, second in the NHL with 21 points in that span of the month. So Sheldon Keefe, they talk about some of the slow starts, and then they end up picking it up and start to percolate. Again, this Maple Leafs team is really good. You would expect them to do it. So when we come back in from this break, it was a too many men on the ice, guilty for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So it's going to be a second power play opportunity here for the Red Wings. And again, I don't need to say the obvious, but I'm going to state it here. They need to score through the Red Wings for the second power play down 3 goals. Larkin tried to look for Kubalik off the cross pass, and that gets put all the way down the ice. For Alex Nedeljkovic, again, he's just coming into this second period, replacing Ville Husso, and they gave up 4 goals pretty much on full shots. So not a good offering there for Husso, but again, the defense did not play well in front of him. Too many slot shots. So Larkin, first on it now, but Kubalik couldn't get to it. It's David Perron. Now here for Seider. Crisscross. Picked up now by Kubalik. Back to Seider in the high slot. Slap shot here for Perron. Gets blocked. As this gets picked up now by Sundqvist. Sundqvist trying to help Perron and Larkin. Larkin plays it out. Here's Seider in the high slot. There's a one-time for Kubalik. And that one gets off the pad, and this might be a penalty against the Detroit Red Wings for a tripping side for Oskar Sundqvist. He doesn't like it, but again, he got his stick in the wrong spot. And now we have a meeting in here between Larkin and Giordano as some of the Red Wings and Maple Leafs come together. We'll see if anything comes of this right now. David Camp also out there right now with Dominik Kubalik. Just appears to be nothing but a little bit of holding and some words exchanged, but I do believe the Red Wings are going to be going to a 4-on-4 side of it. We'll see. Sundqvist. You got the stick in a Mitchell Marner, no doubt about it. That should be a tripping against the Red Wings, and that should put a 4-on-4 here for 1:09 before Toronto goes to another abbreviated power play. So wrong place, wrong time. But again, if you're Oskar Sundqvist, you can't do that. There's been a lot of mistakes here. And again, I'm not afraid to say it on my former team. They just not played well in the sense of the Detroit Red Wings, in the sense of what they're supposed to do as far as, covering people in the slot, taking some penalties. Maple Leafs have forced it. They forced the play, and they played well. You got to give them credit. Kerfoot wins the draw. As this goes back to Timothy Liljegren in the high slot, he plays crisscross with William Nylander, and now it's Victor Mete. So it could be second line power play time, or 4-on-4 time, I should say, before we get to the abbreviated power play for the Maple Leafs. Good spin move there by Kerfoot. He's going to leave that here. Picked up now by Nylander. Nylander now. Engvall. Slap shot here for Liljegren. Saved there by Alex Nedeljkovic. And again, I think this is an important time for Alex Nedeljkovic. They want to give him some more starts and not tire out Ville Husso. It's important that he cancels out the rest of this game strong. Maybe he gives up a goal or two. But Ville Husso gave up 4. Nedeljkovic, I think it's very important. He has a strong showing. Stolen. Picked up now by Jonathan Berggren. So Berggren getting some 4-on-4 time as Lucas Raymond couldn't get a piece of it. And now this goes back to Victor Mete. Mete now for Mark Giordano. Giordano. He's on the top line now for Sheldon Keefe, as you said, with 5 defensive injuries here for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now down to 5 seconds. Andrew Kopp will lead this one. At the neutral zone, as Ben Schrott will get his entry and then go ahead and take his change. So Toronto's power play is abbreviated, but it's 45 seconds as Giordano absorbs a hit there from Adam Ernie. He was slow to get to his skates, but he looks no worse for wear now as Rasmus Sandin will drop this one back here for the Auston Matthews. Auston Matthews, I keep wanting to say captain, but that's John Tavares. Mitchell Marner now. Here to Matthews, picked up now by William Nylander. Nylander going to leave it here. Marner, Sandin crisscross. Picked up now by Auston Matthews. He settles it off the backhand. And now, Sandin to Matthews. Matthews plays this pass to William Nylander. Set it off for one. Stop by Nedeljkovic on Tavares. And now Matthews back to Sandin. Sandin to Matthews with the bomb. And that was stopped by the stick of Alex Nedeljkovic. Marner has it in the high slot. Tavares just trying to get it through. Good setup here. Nylander powers his way to the net. And the Red Wings able to cancel that one out as Oscar Sundqvist skating now out of the box. Using that body. Gets around Hall. Sundqvist now finally worked off the puck with the help of Sandin. Now Zach Aston Reese will get this one down. This goes in the players' bench out of play. 2:04 left to go in the second. It's a 4-1 lead for the Maple Leafs. They look good. Did I watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? I wasn't able to get a chance to watch any of the Thanksgiving Day Parade stuff, although I did want to. There was a lot of busy things going on early with as far as people and watching some of the other sports, watching the Lions, watching the Bills, watching some of the other things. So no, I didn't get a chance to check it out as it was a little busy on the Thursday side. Was it good? Did you get a chance to check it out?
We'll make a new bet around every 2 seconds. Not on every game, but on the game of life. Betting with love is just a swipe away. Betting on picking up that curious hitchhiker carrying a bowling bag. And betting that he doesn't turn out to be a form of property. Everyone in life is a bet, but life doesn't offer you up to $1,000 back in free bets if you don't win. So betting America's #1 sportsbook, and they give you more.
John Keefe with the daybreak brought to you by your Metro Detroit Shipping. It was 2 of the top 5 scoring teams in the East meeting in Buffalo. The Lightning and the Sabres tied at 2 in the second. Buffalo got not 1, not 2, but 3 whacks at it. Tyson Jones buries his first goal of the season. They are tied at 3 as they play now late in the second period. Ken?
Thank you. As you see the standings, so Tampa Bay a point back, and the Red Wings have 3 games in hand on the Maple Leafs, where this one was a big game, climbing a little closer there. Derek LaLonde, who was with an assistant, obviously, in back-to-back ups with Tampa Bay and the Lightning in 7 games, beat Toronto in the playoffs last season. And Derek LaLonde was saying this morning how good the
All right, so we got a good pacing here as far as getting all my other notes set up.
with missing so many of their blue liners in the back end of the kids playing that even the forwards know they have to play a little tighter, and the game will be better.
So 1:55 left to go in this second period as the Maple Leafs have it in the offensive zone. Algren will get this one. Picked up now by Nylander. Slap shot. Deflected. David Kampf will get a chance to get to it now. Kampf with Zach Aston Reese. Kubalik try to get this one out. David Perron also out there as well. Dumped in as this goes off the stick of Matt Murray and picked up now by William Nylander. Intercepted. Pure Suter. He's just going to try to shoot it off the right side of the cage, And Matt Murray will locate it and hang on as Rasmus Sandin has some words there with Andrew Kopp. 20 shots to 14 in favor of the Red Wings, although they are down on the scoreboard 4-1. John Ott with it, commentating from LCA. This is an opportunity to get the local feed here for Valley Sports Detroit. Again, that'll be my only option as you're listening to hear me from the Detroit, Michigan side. And good game so far, but again, it's been all Maple Leafs in the sense of everything. So 66% is the face-off probability for Andrew Kopp as he wins that one. Slap shot goes off the inboards and picked up now by the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs now, Kelly Arncroc will get this one just a little bit down deeper into the offensive zone before it actually gets collected by the Red Wings. And a drop pass there for Ole Mata, Philip Perron. They're out there right now on the defensive side. Second one deep for Derek LaLonde squad and John Tavares. Have it now near the right side red line. Here's Nylander from Tavares. Tavares still holding off. Nice pass out in front, but there was no Maple Leaf there as Lucas Raymond able to find it. That could have been very dangerous. As here's a chance for the Red Wings defense to pick this up, and now it is. In the high slot, chance for Bertuzzi goes just wide. Picked up now by David Perron. Goes back to Moritz Seider. Ben Sherratt. Now Perron fakes the slapper. Seider near the right side dot. He tried to ping it off the right bar, but good active stick check there by the Maple Leafs to cancel that out. David Perron got to go all the way back. Seider hits this toward an open right wing, but that's going to be an icing. That's going to go against the Red Wings. 16.8 left to go in the second period. 22 shots to 17. But the Maple Leafs have done everything they needed to do. They've taken advantage of shots in the high slot. They played very well. And Alex Nedeljkovic hasn't given up much in the second period. He hasn't given up anything, but he hasn't really faced many shots. And that's just a situation where the Red Wings should have played better defense in front of Ville Husso. Was he on his A game? No. But too many slot shot opportunities there for Nylander, Matthews, Marner, things like that. They'll make you pay. Those are good goal scorers. So Giordano off the backhand is Auston Matthews. Got worked off the puck, and now here's Nylander. Cross pass went just wide. That's going to end the second period. 24-17 on your shots. It's a 4-1 lead for the Maple Leafs. When they come back, we'll see if the Red Wings can do anything in the third. But I think this game is probably smooth sailing for the Maple Leafs. But nonetheless, we'll come back after in the third period, and I'll give you the full game story to follow. Stay tuned.
Well, it's never a perfect opportunity, a perfect time. You're down 4-1, and probably a third goal, Marner's goal, which extends his hit streak to 17 consecutive games. Getting a point for the Maple Leafs was the goal Husso could have had back.
Let me look as far as some of our other look-arounds around the league, some other stats, and then we will go forward. I'll probably do some flipping here as we're going through. We're going to go back to our main game, but flipping through the intermission part of it. So Ville Husso, I'm going to mark this down because his stats are final. He's probably taken a loss, and if I need to change it, I will go ahead and do so. It was 9 saves. Ville Husso's final line, he gave up 4 goals on 13 shots, which is unlike him.
You want to really dominant play. Well, this comes right away. You're going to notice carries the puck out to the neutral zone here. Really not contesting. Just unbelievable. A little fake to the outside of the back. And this slightly pivots and then snaps this. Yeah, goal Husso should have had, but the gap, far too much room, far too easy for Giordano to make it through that neutral zone. So the Red Wings in this game, I think for the Leafs, they've been able to come through that neutral zone far too easy when they.
So the goals in the second period, it was Mitchell Marner, 52 seconds in, from Giordano and Kelly Arncroc. Marner's open in the slot. He gets an easy wrist shot. Husso can't locate that rebound, and it's a 3-1 lead. And the Rasmus Sandin gets a shot from distance off the screen. Husso was pulled as Detroit was then down 4-1. Those are your goals in the second period. Those two from Marner and Sandin. The goals in the first for the Maple Leafs were Auston Matthews with his 11th, and William Wheeler on the power play as David Perron got sent to the box. The lone goal for the Red Wings was the first one. It's been 4 unanswered for the Maple Leafs. 4:45 marker was Moritz Seider with this second. It was a jam away near the right side red line. Kubalik and Larkin were on a 2-on-1. Seider was the late man off the entry, able to find it and score the goal. That was the first of the game, and then the Maple Leafs had the next 4, and that's where we're at right now.
Keep this in mind that one of the meetings between Detroit and Toronto last year, it was 7-2 Toronto after 2 periods of play, and the Wings stormed back.
So I know John Keating's talking about that now on the Bally Sports Detroit side about the large comebacks, but I just don't see that there for the Red Wings. I see this as a different Toronto defense, but things can change, but they're going to have to change here quickly if the Red Wings want to get back into it, I'd imagine, within the first couple minutes. If they don't score a goal, I would say this is probably all said and done at 4-1. But again, this is an opportunity for me to look at the extent of what the Red Wings have coming forward in their schedule. So why not go through this here really quickly? I'm just going to do this pretty quick on the side of it. So we'll go to the Red Wings side. We'll go to the upcoming schedule and why I ended up looking at this game, not just to watch the team get waxed, but in the sense of what's actually coming forward. So after this likely loss, they'll be playing against Buffalo on TNT in a couple of nights at LCA, and then they'll cancel out the 5-game homestand with the meeting with Vegas on Saturday at 7. So you got Vegas. You go back on the road, you got Columbus, Tampa Bay, and Florida. So you got 2 teams on the playoff line on that side between Tampa, Florida, and Vegas, and Toronto. Then you have Dallas and Carolina to follow after the Florida game. So counting tonight with Toronto, you have Vegas in the following game. You have Tampa Bay in the game after Columbus. You have Florida, Dallas, Carolina, all back-to-back. It's an opportunity for the Red Wings to play against some good teams, find where they are in the standing, because even I will say this to you honestly. The Red Wings have a decent record, but the Red Wings have only played 1 or 2 teams that are sitting around the playoff line at this point right now. So they've done what they're supposed to do, but I don't believe that it's going to be a situation where I think the Red Wings are going to lose some of these games coming forward. And I'm not saying that to be disparaging. I'm saying that because those teams are better than the Red Wings are right now. Yes, it's been a nice start, but I don't think that's going to be sustainable. That's just me. But they can prove a lot. If they can win some of these games here and at least get around this 500 or somewhere thereabouts, they're going to do themselves some big favors.
Right now, returning Easy Plan lessees can order a 2023 Escape and lease it for $349 a month for 24 months.
So let's go around the league here again. We'll do that quickly because maybe I'll have some game interaction that we can go ahead and look into. So at the end of 2, it's Lightning 3, Sabres 3. So that really doesn't spell well for the Red Wings in their next point. If the Sabres are playing that well against the Lightning, Golden Knights 2-1 lead after 2. It's a 4-1 lead for the Maple Leafs in our future game over the Red Wings. And at the end of 2 there, it's 4-2 Devils over the Rangers. It's a 0-0 score at the end of the first, so everything is in the intermission right now. So I actually can't flip anything over on the NHL side. But what about the NBA side? I'm sure there's some games that are in action right now. We can take a look at that. So Wizards and Timberwolves still all over them, 184. Wizards with the lead. It's tied at 81 after 3 between the Hawks and Sixers. Celtics got a 78-55 lead over the Hornets. So Hornets have battled back a little bit as they won the second quarter 36-33, but they've lost the first 45-19. 52-51 halftime lead for the Nets. There's barely holding on over the Magic. It's a 52-43 lead for the Cavs at half. And then 7:42 in the second, it's Pelicans. Got a 43-35 lead over the Thunder. Let me look at our NFL scoreboard. It's Steelers with a 3-0 lead over the Colts. So right now they're up 6.5 points. The spread was 3.5. If I get the Colts to win, I'll go 12-4 this week. If not, I'll be 11-5, which is not too bad. I'll take 11-5 all day long. However, if we can get something going here for the Colts and just try to find something, then you think you'd be okay there. So Kenny Pickett, 7-9, 45 yards. Colts, Matt Ryan, 0 for 2. He's been sacked. Jonathan Taylor, only 2 passes for, my God, -7 yards. So nothing doing right now. That is an awful game. So I'm glad we're not doing Monday Night Football.
The color all around here is red wing red.
I thought hockey was the dumbest game I'd ever seen on TV.
My favorite picture in the world, not of me.
And first game I ever went, I saw in person. That's all it took. I never dreamed that I would love hockey as much as I did. We were just really excited to get back to the rink.
And you want all the inside scoop on your Detroit Red Wings? Well, then make sure to follow Valley Sports Detroit on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. 4-1 leads after 2. Get you updated on what's happening tonight in Light the Lamp. And picking last, you got a point. Mickey Redmond with the second pick to both sides.
I'll take it. I feel confident the Wings are going to make this a game and have a chance. Possibly the tie. You mentioned the last time it was a wild game. 4-1. It used to be 4-1 in the old days. It's tough to come back again. The Wings haven't been out of this. It's got to get a goal here in the first 5-7 minutes of this third period. It's going to make things interesting. So half glass full for Mayo.
And we have an update now that Chris Osgood is older than 55 years of age. Apparently, we've received a call from social services that there are grave concerns about letting you on the Red Wings bench, and so we're pulling back that request. So out of an abundance of caution.
Well, one issue is I'm a bit slower, so it's getting there. Time could be an issue. I don't hear the same, so that could be a big issue, depending on the headset. And my eyesight quite isn't the same, and I don't see things like I used to.
So you see squirrels, so and all of that. Let's lost it.
And let's be honest, at the Joe, I probably would have been okay in this new rink, the facility, LCA, that was like a little bit too much for me to handle down there. So, but hopefully, some other game I'll get down there and have something and provide some excitement for you guys.
There's your warning. There is more to the second division as we continue from here at Little Caesars Arena on Valley Sports.
There's still too many bad burgers out there. So Arby's is running that Wagyu Steakhouse burger back. Arby's, we have the meats.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job. So you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. GM employees with current eligible Chevy lease can use $500 Chevy Cyber Cash to get this Silverado for $289 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
Over the last 40 years, I've won the biggest verdicts in Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Iowa, South Carolina, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and here in Michigan. But our home is here. And it's no secret that I win because I care. I won't back down, give in, or give up ever. I was born for this. Fight your law. We are an army of one. One goal, one mindset, justice for you.
Companies are competing for talent like never before. With the complexities of handling tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and other HR functions, it's easy to see how a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions makes all the difference. Tryon empowers businesses of all sizes to attract and retain talent by offering access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
There's only family who accept the odds. When the annual family debate will happen. Or Jeanette Julie talks about her psoriasis. And grandpa's in a food coma for a real coma. Everything bet. But life doesn't offer you a $4,000 back in free bets if you don't lose. So bet on America's #1 sportsbook, FanDuel, and make it more.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Contestants ready? Go! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Coverage hockey on Valley Sports is brought to you by Tryon Solutions. Visit RelyOnTryon.com. And by GMC. Visit your local Buick GMC dealer today for exceptional offers. Faces of those in the middle of this game between Detroit and Toronto. Controlled for the most part by the Maple Leafs. They lead at 4-1 as we approach the start of the third. And there you see the set through 40 minutes.
Pretty darn close, and it's not indicative. Yeah, the score says Maple Leafs 4-1, leading the Red Wings. But if you're in the Wings, you're going to say to yourself, well, the third goal wasn't great by Marner. The high stick was or wasn't, doesn't matter, no excuses. But this game is closer than it appears the score might indicate. So it gives the Wings hoping this third period a chance of 9-9. A lot of these statistics are pretty weird. They mirror each other for the Wings. If they need a goal here in the first 5-7 minutes of this third period, look out. It could provide an exciting finish here. So I'm confident. I think the Wings have been pushing. He's going to find a way to beat Perron. He's been pretty darn solid in that lead net.
In that wild one last February 26th, the Wings scored 4 times in the first 5 minutes. They had goals from Perron, LaLonde, and Rasmussen, and then Raymond to make it 8-7, a game they lost 10-7.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. It certainly has the thickness.
Or caramelized crispy cheese edges. I'm guessing it's
Detroit-style deep dish actually from Detroit, Dominik, and not
pizza. Marner's just finishing up. He's gonna be pumped you're here. No rush.
Come on! Bring that through!
Trying to practice here, Wayne.
You need it.
Yes! That's that way, bud. Shouldn't you be golfing?
We're on a mission to take a lunch, a filling one, with chunky soup. Heads up!
Mission accepted.
17 grams of protein in this can. In turn. Oh, you're the CEO now.
All right.
With chunky soup, lunchtime is your halftime.
And Larkin is absolutely He's got 2 goals.
Okay. Oh.
Right center field. That's got carry. It's gone. Number 500. And victory for Miguel Cabrera.
Next time it happens, He's at the side of his left eye.
It's not just a game, it's the game. A battle that's raged for over a century. Right. At the Battle of Ohio State versus Michigan. It's the biggest rivalry in all sports. College football's greatest game.
You really don't have a clue until you're into it.
There's nothing that compares to it. Nothing. A new docuseries, Rivals, on Valley Sports Detroit. Check your local listings for times.
Pizza.
Almost time for the start of the third period. Now time to check the lines brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. We presented this to you in our Red Wings Live pregame show. Would Perron continue his glorious stretch of offensive output? 5 goals in his last 4 games. Would he have a goal tonight?
if you thought, yes, you could win $640 back on a $100 bet. But Toronto's done a nice job of taking him away only one shot for 2 periods.
Yeah, absolutely. What I've noticed is when the Wings did have that power play, well, they're taking away that backdoor look from Perron. He's done a wonderful job there of hitting his scores down low. Well, they're going to have to go back to the point to that man right there, Perron. Or also, whoever the other defenseman up there probably would be maybe, skipping my mind. You might have Seider. Yeah, Seider. Yeah, thank you very much for helping me for once. But if the Red Wings do get a power play in this third period, they have to make good on those chances. They're not slipping if you want to make a comeback in this hockey game.
All right, let's go upstairs. Wow. I was betting on Hornet that took him and light the lamp.
Alex Nedeljkovic stopped all 5 shots that he faced. Coming in for Ville Husso.
Well, an interesting test for the Detroit Red Wings. They've been on a pretty good roll. Right now, they're very frustrated.
We're going to get set for third period puck drop here. It's 4-1 lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Red Wings probably need to get something going within the next 5 minutes. I mean, there really isn't the only other way to say it right now, but it looks like, as we talk about throughout this broadcast, Toronto's not one of those teams at this point, even with the 5 defensemen out. They've been playing well. They've won 6 of the last 8 with those injuries. And these guys are just stopping shots. They're getting some opportunities to keep things ahead of Matt Murray. And when Matt Murray's needed to make some saves, he's done so. So Toronto's played very well. So Toronto is going to probably continue that. And Detroit's going to need to score at least within the first 5 minutes if they want to make things respectable. That's just me and what we're seeing right now. So Larkin able to get the interception. The one-timer was fanned on by Kubalik. And that would have been one of those ones right there. It was open right in the middle of the slot. Kubalik gets this one down, and Auston Matthews will pick it up. Mitch Marner hits it off the kick plate. This should be an icing. And it's touched by John Ott on the hybrid side. So 19 minutes left to go in this final stanza. Red Wings were out shooting the Maple Leafs 23-19. They got off to a really good start, scored the first goal, had the first 5 shots, and then ever since it's been all Toronto. They scored on the first 2 shots of their opportunities against Ville Husso. Ville Husso gave up 4, and he was pulled after just making 9 saves. So Chirot trying to get around this here was Lucas Raymond and Dylan Larkin. Tristan Hull fighting up the forehand side. Good interception there by Dylan Larkin. And on the backhand side in the high slot, leave it in for Seider. Seider into the screen. And the stick broke of Michael Bunting. He's got to go get a new piece of lumber. As this one gets gloved down by Larkin, the captain will get this one dumped in off Murray. This goes off his stick, and this is badly played. But good defense there by Toronto. And again, how many times have I said good defense, Maple Leafs? You got to get used to this if you're a Maple Leafs fan. They played very well in the sense of canceling everything out in the high danger chances. Adam Ernie enters up the 1-on-4. Again, they're just playing the neutral zone trap right now, up 3 goals, and you would expect they don't want to give up the big play. Rasmussen try to give him to Ernie off the give and go, and this goes back to Oscar Sundqvist. He got pinned against the boards. Rasmussen trying to use that big body, but Zach Aston-Reese has one as well. It's Victor Mete. Bullet pass, bounces off of one of the Red Wings stick, but they're still offsides, and they got to go ahead and chip this in because a couple active checks there forced one of the Red Wings into the delay, and they couldn't get up. So entered into the offensive zone as it's going to be left to right for the Maple Leafs in this period and right to left for the Red Wings in this final stanza. Joe Veleno, good open pass, gets it back. Veleno drops it now for Jonathan Berggren. He gets a 5-hole shot as Murray blockers it away, and this is picked up now by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Liljegren has it now as he gets the entries. On the right side down off the forehand, canceled off nicely with the body there by Oli Mata. Couple active stick checks as the Red Wings able to come up with it now with Joe Veleno on the 4th line side. He's been pretty good, along with the help of Mata, to be honest, even with the scoreline as it is. As Järnkrok lost it. Now near the right side red line, it's a chance for Berggren, although it's 1-on-2. Berggren with a toe drag ahead. Now behind. Picks it up off the backhand. He got it canceled off with the shoulder by Pierre-Engvall. And now Järnkrok. We'll get to this. Zach Aston-Reese as he will spin. Now Holmgren Going to leave it here for Liljegren. And picked up now by the Red Wings. And off the backhand side, it's Ben Sherratt with Moritz Seider. Flip pass easily there for Sherratt on the open wing, which was nice. And Sherratt will dump this in across the neutral zone line. Picked up now by Andrew Kopp, trying to keep this alive off the backhand. Now it's battled in between a couple of skates. Good work there by the Maple Leafs. With a couple active stick lifts with Hull. And now this will go off the embankment, picked up now by Tyler Bertuzzi. Tyler Bertuzzi playing his 5th game since coming back from injury. Berggren with Kopp. Tavares will pick it up now. Tavares, the captain's going to leave it here for Pierre Engvall. Engvall with a long outlet pass. This finds Mitchell Marner. Now picked up by Tavares. What an in-and-out drag move. But Nedeljkovic said no with the wrist shot stop. Now Marner, Tavares, cross pass. And that one goes just wide of Marner. Picked up now by Tavares. And behind the office of Nedeljkovic. I thought he tried a fake wraparound there. As Seider actually knocked him away from the puck. So loads of skill there from the captain, the former New York Islander. John Tavares has definitely found his home. 1-on-3 for Lucas Raymond. Couple of deep moves. And a hook against the Maple Leafs, my guess, is Raymond did a great job of drawing that in between 3 Maple Leafs defenders. So that's the power play that the Red Wings have needed. But if they don't score this, they'll be 0 for 3. And again, it was Michael Bunting that got his stick in there. So Raymond able to draw something. Let's see if Bunting again. So yeah, he got the hook in on the hands. That was called. It was a little soft, but it was something that was called. I definitely was hooking. But again, I've seen much worse not called. So a power play here for the Red Wings. 27 shots to 20 in favor of the wing wheel, but they're gone by 3 goals. Toronto's looked really good in this game throughout. I've said that many times because it's need to be said many times. I can see why they've won 6 out of 8. Now they're going for 7 out of 9. Larkin trying to win an offensive zone draw against David Kampf. Wins it clean. And now Kubalik to Seider. Seider in the high slot. Red Wings desperately need this power play goal. One-timer there for Larkin. Got it all off the setup there for Seider. And they'll do it again as Matt Murray made a good stop in the slot. 15:22 left to go in the 3rd period. John Ott here with you on the call from LCA. It's a rare opportunity, only the 2nd time this season, and I covered a local game as far as the Red Wings side, but I covered the first one, Patrick Rush with the LA Kings, and now it's Toronto Maple Leafs for myself on this side with the Red Wings in the original 6 matchup. Just want to see how the Red Wings can manage against some really good teams as we get toward December when they're playing nothing but teams that are in the playoff line. Larkin able to make something happen 1-on-3, and that is what speed can do and skill. He dropped it right to Sundqvist for the 1-T, and Detroit's going to get another power play offensive zone face-off here as they've got 2 shots already on their power play. Both of them are good stops by Matt Murray. But you got to get traffic in front of this guy. He's been able to stop everything that he can see, and that's been the key. And Toronto, even though he's had to make some saves, maybe only a couple of the spectacular variety, but only maybe 1 or 2, he's done everything they needed to do, and the Toronto defense has been good. So Larkin trying to win another draw. Can't win a 3rd straight. As Sundqvist trying to hound Victor Mete, and this one gets dumped on the ice. So it's going to be Moritz Seider, and on the power play here. Detroit's 3rd. They don't have a power play goal in this game. It's 4-1. They're behind by a trio of goals, and they got to get something going right now. This is a must score on the power play. Larkin find the entry, but it's way off sides, and they'll do it again with a neutral zone draw. Buck 17 left to go in the 3rd power play for the Wings. They got their alternates, the reverse retros, on tonight. I really don't know how I feel about those because it's all red with the black striping to be one of the teams before the actual Red Wings, but there is no black in the color scheme of the Red Wings. It's red or white. Take your pick. So to have that in there, I don't care for those too much, to be honest with you. You really can't mess with perfection when you have jerseys like that. Might not be the best jersey in all of sports, according to some of you, but it definitely is original and definitely stood the test of time. I would say that for the Red Wings jerseys. So Raymond will carry this one forward. Try to put it out toward the middle of the slot, and it got deflected nicely with some active sticks. This goes all the way back to Nedeljkovic. And now 14:15 left to go in this 3rd period. It's 45 seconds left to go in the Red Wings power play. As Berggren will leave it now here for Kopp. Kopp off the forehand, try to sauce it to Berggren. And again, dumped down. Kelly Armkrug. This is Alex Nedeljkovic one more time. Going to leave it here for Hronek. 30 seconds left to go, right to left. That's where the Red Wings try to go. Nice skate through by Hronek. Nice skate through again off the neutral zone trap. Toronto just letting the Red Wings come in here right now. But again, they don't need to worry. They're up by 3 goals right now. And their defense has been superb, but once it's gotten in the zone. So Bertuzzi tried to center a pass. It got blocked off a host of skates and dumped down the ice again. So excellent job by the Maple Leafs all the way through, all 3 kills. They have played a fantastic game, and now the Red Wings are up against it as they cannot score on the power play. It's 13:25 left to go in the third. Entry there for Joe Veleno, able to chip and chase to himself. Try to center it out off the slapper. This gets bounced, goes wide off Pius Suter. Nice pick off by Joe Veleno. Another shot, and this gets wrapped up and held by Matt Murray in the catching glove. 13:11 left to go in the third period, and we get a media timeout. Maple Leafs still up by 3 as Matt Murray been solid.
Let's make some noise. Life is not meant to be monotone. There's beauty in the harmony. And this world needs your voice. Now is your time. At Eastern Michigan University, we experiment.
The 3 out of 5 that have voted on the sense of you guys are smart. When I said the Maple Leafs win the game tonight, I was leaning toward a yes. 60% of you say yes, 40% of you say no. Maybe the 2 of you are die-hard Red Wings fans, and I would understand that. Again, I'm a Red Wing diehard myself, but I like what I see on the ice on the Toronto side. Again, they're just a really, really good team. You would have to respect and think that this 0-4 drought of not winning a playoff series, it's got to end. It's got to end. I mean, I can't understand how much longer it could go. This team is really good. They've played well all night. It's a big opportunity for the Red Wings over the next stretch of games. Again, the next game will be Wednesday, I believe, on TNT, or Thursday on TNT, and then Saturday on back on Bally Sports Detroit and the AT&T side of Vegas and the Red Wings, where Detroit's going to play nothing but playoff teams that are above that line. And you get a chance to see what they're made of.
And lease it for only $3.19 a month for 24 months. Come home for the holidays. We would love to see you at your Southeast.
So right now the over-under is sitting at 6, and you're at 5. 4 goals for Toronto, 1 for Detroit. So they keep showing the 6-1, 7-2 games before the monumental comeback and things like that, but it's not that team anymore. I don't see that for the Maple. It's not that team.
Marner scored 4 that night. Well, the crowd's still having fun.
Off the draw, the Red Wings win, and the shot goes just high. Now William Nylander will pick this up. Bunting can't get to it as Philip Perron will cancel him off. And now the Red Wings have it in the defensive zone with Joe Veleno. Going to drop this back to Philip Perron, and a good outlet pass by Suter as he plays it to an open ring to Olli Maatta. Maatta now will collect as we'll drop back to Olli Maatta, moved by Joe Veleno as they crisscross on the wing side. So the Red Wings are moving a lot of wing moving as it has Joe Veleno. He's just going to wrap one, but this gets canceled off by 4 hosts of Maple Leafs defenders. And now William Nylander can't get to it first as Olli Maatta holding off the backhand, going to leave his defensive partner and Philip Perron and him on the second line as they're going to let them go take some changes. It's 30 shots to 20 in favor of the Red Wings. But again, it doesn't really feel that way because a lot of those chances have been high priority for the Maple Leafs, and they converted on all of them. So Larkin puts it toward Giordano. He will intercept and play this all the way down the ice. I think this will be an icing. Yes, it will. So Toronto cannot change as we get a stoppage with 12:01 left to go in the third period. John Ott with you, commentating from LCA. It's just good to be back on the YouTube side. It's been a week since I covered one of these games. So tomorrow is either going to be the Calgary Flames and the Florida Panthers with Cooper Hopkins, or we may do a Michigan-Virginia NCAA basketball assignment. I won't be back until next week's side on the YouTube side because I have to do some prep for the semi-pro hockey assignment on Wednesday, busy on Thursday, but I'll be here with you for tonight and tomorrow, that's for sure. So now Osterley, Milano, going to go ahead all the way back and try to get the entry here, right to left across your radio dial. Here's a chance for Raymond. Raymond with the drop for Jake Wallman. That was a perfect wrist shot, but again, no screen. And Matt Murray saw the puck all the way, held it, swallowed it up in the catching glove, and we'll do it again with 11:36 left to go in the third. Red Wings now 31 shots. But again, Matt Murray, he's had an opportunity to look at all these. He's got the sight lines. He's got it caught up. He's made the right moves. He's been absolutely excellent. So 31 shots to 20 in favor of the Wings, 4-1 scoreboard lead for the Maple Leafs, and that is where it counts. As we're doing this in LCA, again, there's going to be a lot of Toronto fans because all you really got to do is cross that bridge to go ahead and see your team. The same thing for the Wings in Toronto on that side of it. And it's always a great and friendly rivalry. I don't have anything more than nice things to say about the Toronto Maple Leafs. Again, the one time that I went to LCA, I've been there twice. The first game was the Maple Leafs and Red Wings, and I did sit behind a bunch of Maple Leafs. We had some good seats, and man, they were so courteous and fun, and it was such a great time. Even in a Red Wings loss. Again, I haven't seen the Red Wings beat the Maple Leafs too many times because this team is just really, really good. Toward the backhand side, it's Sundqvist. Picked up now by Ben Chiarot as we're getting close to the halfway marker of this third period. It's been all Maple Leafs since the first goal of the game scored by Moritz Seider. The next four were for the Maple Leafs. So picked up now by the Maple Leafs as they're going to try to go left right across your radio dial. Trying to get some go Wings go and go Leafs go chance. But again, let's go Leafs go and let's go Red Wings. But again, there's a lot of Maple Leafs fans out there right now. Bunting gets canceled off there by Hronek. Zach Aston Reese will play this one down deep and intercepted there by Kopp. But his pass got deflected into a couple of escape blades, and so did Hronek. He got to go all the way back to pick this up with Ole Mata. Mata hits this down deep, stayed on side. Andrew Kopp tried to leave it here for David Perron. Bertuzzi's out there as well. Bertuzzi got worked over hard as this gets picked up now by Toronto. All the way back was Ole Mata and Hronek. It's a 2-on-2. Here's a chance for a couple of stick checks and for Mata. He's just trying to get this puck off the stick of Bunting. And now Kopp is just going to leave it here for Alex Nedeljkovic. Take no chances. Officially hit the halfway marker. 10 minutes left to go in the third. John Ott here with you from LCA. It's a 4-1 lead in this original six matchup for the Maple Leafs over the Red Wings. So again, I will be back tomorrow. Once this game is done, I'm going to give you the complete game story at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com. But I will be back tomorrow either with Cooper Hopkins or we'll be doing the NCAA basketball summer between Virginia and Michigan. If it is the hockey summer with Cooper Hopkins, it'll be Florida and Calgary. And I'm looking forward to either one of those because, again, I haven't worked with Cooper about a week and a half now. So kind of chomping at the bit to get back to that point, too, because it's been a week since I've been doing a YouTube side of it. So Valeno gets this down deep. Picked up now by Mark Giordano. Osterley tried to fight him off the puck, and good defense there by Toronto, although unchecked. There's a Jonathan Berggren pass. He tried to leave it there for Perron. Slap shot there for Chiarot. It bounced off Andrew Kopp. And now William Nylander has it. Nylander holding. He's trying to pick a cross pass to Bunting. That was a good stop by Nedeljkovic toward that left post. As this is picked up now by the Maple Leafs, although they fall down near the blue line side. And this will go back to Moritz Seider. So it's line numero uno here on defense here for Jekyll and Hyde squad. And Moritz Seider and Ben Chiarot. 9 minutes left to go in this third period. Seider gets the entry. He's going to fire into the catching glove. Matt Murray tried to play it, but the whistle blew it dead first. So 9:03 left to go in the third. 31 shots to 20 in favor of the Red Wings, although they're down 3 goals. And we're going to get a commercial stoppage. We'll call the final 9 minutes when we come back.
Get this low mileage lease on this 2022 Sierra Elevation for $39 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
Alexa, can you tell Ville to clean under the kitchen table?
Okay.
Quiet. It's Alexa.
I knew this day would come.
We're cleaning under the kitchen table. Brace yourself.
Understands more voice commands than any other robot. iRobot OS.
We won't pay. No, I'm looking at the case right now, and you will pay. No, we won't. There's no doubt you will.
No, we won't.
I'm telling you, you're going to
No,
pay.
we won't. No, we won't. No, we won't. No, we won't. You gotta get on board with me. The SS we won't pay.
Well, guess what? They paid.
Yeah, one of the superstars in this league. If you're a hockey fan, you go to the rink and see this guy, he's going to bring you out of your seat. One more thing.
Yeah, Mitch Marner, they're showing all his moves on the Valley Sports Detroit side, and why not? He's been really good. This whole Toronto team's been really good as well. It's been fun to watch them play hockey, and they're doing it the right way. They're just getting good shots in the slot, good puck movement, what they always do. Solid game. I have no complaints. Again, even as a Red Wings fan, trying to give you all this stuff across, I'm trying to give you everything fairly in what I see. I see one team completely outclassing the other, which is what I see. So defensive zone draw win by the Maple Leafs, but they can't get it out. The Red Wings running out of time here. I've said that many times already. Although they had a power play at the 15-minute mark, they couldn't score on it. Jake Wallman. This shot gets deflected. And now toward the left side red line, Larkin can't get to it now. It's line number 1 out there right now for the Red Wings. And the mix of the third line defense. Larkin, what a move in between two players. Toe drags that gets a shot off the top of the bar. What a move there by Larkin. But now this could be a break the other way for Toronto. Holding, trying to go inside, and wow, that shot got blocked off there for Kelly Arncroft. That was a good save by Nedeljkovic, and the second opportunity goes wide. Dylan Larkin made an excellent move there in between 3 Maple Leafs, trying to just get anything going here for the Red Wings. And that was close, but it's 8:05 left to go in the third period. Wallman still holding, going to play to the defensive partner now. Instead, now it's Oscar Sundqvist. Sundqvist will get this down toward an open right wing. Canceled off a couple of times. Adam Ernie also using the body in as well. It's good active forecheck there. Sherratt will win the battle. Sherratt needs some help, though, as Adam Ernie holding off the backhand. Ernie still with it. Off the backhand. Now toward the left side, Dot picked up now. Rasmussen drop it to Seider. Bomb for Sherratt. This bounced off a couple of Red Wings. In behind the office of Matt Murray. Wallman, or Sherratt, I should say, got it now. Still holding. It's Rasmussen. He puts us all the way down deep with Sundqvist, but his pass a little bit too far. Sherratt does hold that blue line, keeps it in. It's Moritz Seider. He's riding the high side down. Scores from the blue line! An impossible shot. And the Red Wings get within 2. That was kind of like the shot that was just thrown. And let me get the box score side of it for the Red Wings. That was kind of like the shot from Rasmus Sandin, almost at the same spot, moving, but this time toward the right side instead of the left. He just fires it on. This could have been tipped in front by Adam Ernie. Let's take a look at it. Ernie gets a couple of stick blades, maybe Rasmussen as well. Matt Murray had no chance. There was 3 Red Wings on the doorstep near the crease, and that had to hit some sticks. No way that Matt Murray could have never been able to make that save. Right now they have it as Adam Ernie and Moritz Seider. So Seider has his second point in the 2 goals of the Red Wings score. So they get within 2 at 7:19. I don't think that there's going to be enough time, but still, you take it if you're the Red Wings. It gives you a fighting chance a little bit, and at least that was the first time that I can say openly they've got some traffic in front of Matt Murray, and they made it count, because every other time he's just been able to see that he had no look at. There was no chance for Matt Murray to make the save, absolutely 0%. So this goes down the ice, dumped in by the Red Wings. We'll see if this little bit will give them something going here in 7 minutes as they win a puck battle. They got in the offensive zone. Marner now with David Perron. Perron going to go short side, blocker to side there by Matt Murray. Perron will pick it back up. Perron tries to get it back to his defense side. This is going to be a race for the puck. It's going to be icing against the Maple Leafs. So here's the deal. With 6:55 left to go, you think the Red Wings maybe get a goal within the next couple minutes, maybe get it within 1, use your timeout, maybe some empty net. You have a chance now. You would have liked to have seen that goal maybe scored a little bit earlier, but if you're a Red Wings fan, you can't really be too choosy about it because you get a side-by-side. I'm trying to give you the play-by-play there as it goes down the ice. Alex Nedeljkovic will play this toward an open wing. Picked up now. Here is Jonathan Berggren. Berggren going to just let it go. This goes off the stick of Matt Murray toward the right side dot. Hugh Suter will collect. Jonathan Berggren has been pretty good so far. He hasn't really looked out of place since he's been on the ice. I understand it's been a game that's been mostly Maple Leafs, and I won't dispute that. But every time I see Jonathan Berggren on the ice, I think he's ready for some NHL action. He certainly looks like he belongs up here. But when we come forward and we see Donovan Zabringo on the defensive side, or maybe you see Simon Edmondson, or when, let's see, I got to get my names right because it's been a while for a little bit in the sense of Elmer Soderblom. If he comes back in there, there could be a lot of other pieces here for Detroit that could still help them now. Sebastian Cossa aside, I don't think the goaltender is going to be ready this year to get some time, but still, there's a lot of pieces here for Steve Yzerman's Red Wings squad. Now he's a GM and the former captain for so many seasons, longest tenured. As this goes back for Marner. Marner with an opportunity, good cancel off there, partially there by Jordan Osterley, looking for the deflection. Big opportunity. Toronto can't get a hold of it with John Tavares. And that was some good defense there by the Red Wings because John Tavares looked like he was going to be all alone near the left side dot to get a shot off, and he just somehow could not. So this season, through 24 games, they had 91 points last season. They got 105 between Matthews, Marner, Nylander, and Tavares. And that's with everybody complaining about Auston Matthews only having 11 goals. Marner, Matthews, Nylander, and Tavares have 105 points compared to 91 and 44 power play points to 27. Excellent, folks. Really can't do much better than that. Can't say any more niceties about the Maple Leafs ever more than that. Even though the New Jersey Devils and the Boston Bruins have been the story of the league in the Eastern Conference, Toronto's been really good. Tampa Bay's been humming of late. Colorado's been humming of late, although there's been a couple of games that have been taken off the docket and delayed because when Nashville was supposed to play Colorado, there has been a water main leak inside Nationwide Arena. So that's why Colorado couldn't play. So now down to 5:50 as this one goes down the ice. Picked up by the Red Wings defense. We'll see if they'll start to pull the goalies somewhat soon. 5:40 left to go in this third. Chirot with the drop. That was awfully dangerous. There was nobody back there, but Seider able to recollect. Seider got it now. 5:30 left to go in this third period. Red Wings down by 2. It's been all Toronto. They scored 4 unanswered goals until the latest one from Adam Ernie, although it was hosted by a couple of deflections. We'll see if it's going to stay his goal. Bertuzzi has it now near the right dot. Tries to collect it in between his skate blades. Now Mata into the traffic as Bertuzzi will come back with Kopp and collect. Mata has it now near the high slot. One-timer. That one does get stopped by Murray. Mata tried to set it out front again. And it goes toward the right side dot. Chirot holding. He runs into his own man partially, but picked up now. Rasmussen trying to bank a pass. Mata's got to get on his horse. Good active stick check there by Mata. But now Kopp won't be able to get to this first as Bertuzzi can't find it. And now this goes to the neutral zone with David Perron. They stay onside. Perron let one go through the screen. This one bounces off a host of Maple Leafs, and Hronek will get it down deep with Bertuzzi. Kopp tried to center it out in front, and nobody was home. And defense got to go all the way back. Alex Nedeljkovic will play it. He's going to go more toward his crease before he plays this pass. And now the pass goes just wide. Is it an icing? No, it is not. Kubalik can't get to it, and Timothy Liljegren will flutter this one down the ice. This could be a break opportunity here for Morgan. Morgan couldn't get to it first, though. But they do have it in the offensive end as David Kampf. David Kampf now just needs to kill some time. Liljegren gets this down to Morgan. Morgan will pick it back up. And behind the net of Alex Nedeljkovic now. Again, Ville Husso made 9 saves. He got 4 goals and 13 shots and was pulled. Alex Nedeljkovic has not given up anything since coming in the second period, but he's not had to face much shots. And Jose Abreu just signed with the Astros. Wow. So the Astros get even better on that side of it. My goodness. So 4-2 is still the score. 3:46 left to go in the third period. John Ott here with you from LCA It's been a fun contest between the Maple Leafs and the Red Wings, and I cannot be a little bit too upset, even though I'm a Red Wings fan, about what I've seen, because Maple Leafs are just a much better team. I want to see this as a measuring stick game. Good deflection out in front there for Nylander, but that goes just wide. Picked up now by William, as he's trying to keep it alive near the bottom of the skates. He's kind of just bending down, buying some time, as Michael Bunting also out there as well. Michael Bunting and Osterleg. Bunting gets it out of Justin Hall. And a tripping penalty. They want it to be called, but it's still going. Auston Matthews wired a wrist shot high and on a play. Red Wings fans were up in arms. That was quick. I didn't see too much of it myself, but whether or not it was close, a little bit of an acting job. Hopefully get a chance to take a look at this when we come back. But it's Adam Ernie's goal, 4-2, 3:18 left. Red Wings need 2 more if they want to even get close to tying it.
Thank you, Liberty Mutual. Now, contestants ready? Go! Pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Yo soy mago. Es abanico. Pruebas en plena.
Well, I'm not going to win this game between the Steelers and the Colts because it's 13-3. But that's all right. I'll go 11-5 this week. It's not going to win me any money. Maybe 12 would have. 12-4 maybe be the cutoff point. 11-5 is definitely not going to be. But that's all right. I'll take 11-5 this week. I should have taken the Steelers at home, honestly. Because Kenny Pickett's not been that bad.
I thought they've been pretty good defensively. The Wings have put all the pressure on this period. 13-5 are the shots in favor of the Wings in the third period. They played pretty consistent all game. Have the Wings, unfortunate break on the high stick goal that was allowed. Probably a good goal anyways. And the third goal that Husso should have had. So the Wings probably feel like this could be flip-flop the other direction where they're leading. So they've had a pretty darn good night, and we're going to look at that after. There's a few bad breaks here and there, but it's a game against the Maple Leafs, a very good team. You almost have to play a perfect game to win it.
Mickey Redmond will join us as per usual when we see you right after the final horn. Roughly 5, Danny.
All right, John, Chris.
So we got 3:18 left to go here at LCA. Maple Leafs have a 4-2 lead. John Ott here with you on the call. Again, this is a chance for me to look at a home team assignment here for the Red Wings. Only the second time I've covered them. It was an overtime loss to the LA Kings. Now this looks to be a regulation loss to the Maple Leafs. But I want to see how they play against good teams. There's been an opportunity for me to do a couple of Red Wings assignments as we go through the favored weeks. For Carolina, Dallas, some of these other teams, let them see how they can really answer and have some resolve. Because I feel like over this next stretch of games, these 7-8 games, they go 500, probably doing their job. Because these are some tough teams above that playoff line. So Red Wings have in the defensive zone, but they need to transition right to left pretty quickly here as Andrew Kopp. He's going to leave it here for Lucas Raymond as the net is now empty. Alex Nedeljkovic has vacated the goal crease. Ben Sherratt has it now. Plays it here for Raymond. Raymond with the snipe. Oh, a tip just eluded Joe Veleno. And the stick got knocked out of the hand as this gets down the ice. That was close there for the Red Wings. Joe Veleno was on the doorstep, but there was no way he could have got his stick down in time. 2:20 left to go for the Red Wings here. They're down by 2. Slap shot dumped in, picked up now by Kubalik. Kubalik now trying to get around Auston Matthews. Auston Matthews, number 34, just trying to kill some time. Red Wings have it. Kubalik will center this one back down and around the kick plate. This might bounce off the stick. There is a stick near the left side of the defensive side of the Maple Leafs that could help them if it bounces off when the Red Wings are trying to make a play. Seider, extra pass. As Perron will dump this in from center. He can safely do that. It bounced off the stick and got out of the zone. So it's going to stay there for the rest of the game, you would imagine, until that empty net goal is scored. Toronto can get that. Larkin just fired it a little bit wide, even from that far out, 100 feet. As Bunting lost it. Picked up now by Kubalik. Here's a chance for Pertuzzi. Back to Kubalik. Kubalik passes it to Dylan Larkin near the right side dot. Here's Seider. Seider holding for Kubalik as they crisscross. Back to Kubalik. Quick pass. Pertuzzi. Perron with a one-timer. And now Sundqvist. Sundqvist trying to find Larkin. Red Wings with the puck possession, but they need 2 goals. David Perron now near the right dot. Perron holding off the backhand. He needs some space. His pass goes wanting, but this goes back to Kubalik. Toronto just holding on that diamond shape. Pertuzzi had to get knocked off of him. This stays in as Seider holds that blue line. Now Perron, see if he lets the wrister go. That's tipped in front. Oh, another opportunity goes back toward the defensive side as Matt Murray canceled it off with the deflection. 42 point, another shot. Murray's down, and he makes the save. Matt Murray has been a stone wall here for the Maple Leafs, and now we get some pushing and shoving with Bertuzzi and Victor Mete. Good puck possession by the Red Wings, although I will say that the Maple Leafs are letting them do it, but good deflection out of the air with Sherratt with the help of Sundqvist and Bertuzzi just trying to get those big bodies in the net. Matt Murray gets bowled into. In the play before that, it was a stick lift for Mark Giordano on Joe Veleno that had an opportunity there for a goal that he canceled off. So Maple Leafs are bending a little bit here, but they're not breaking at all. And I wouldn't say they've bent too much, although it's 41 shots now for the Wings to 25. It would say that the Red Wings are heavily out shooting the Maple Leafs right now, but again, it's only been a couple opportunities here and there that have been a little dangerous in the sense of it. But now here's an opportunity for the Maple Leafs. This goes back into the defensive zone. It's Phil Perron. Red Wings are going to run out of time. It's 20 seconds left to go, but it has been an entertaining game. Entry off the backhand. Gets knocked aside as it's got to Philip Perron. Ernie. He's going to put this around the kick plate down to 10 seconds now. So the Maple Leafs going to win this one at least 4-2. Backhand opportunity. Another opportunity for Ernie. Said no by Matt Murray. Excellent here tonight. 43 shots to 25 is how it's going to end. And the Red Wings fall 4-2 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. That was a hell of a contest. Great job there by Matt Murray. And a wonderful job by Toronto to take advantage of the opportunities when they had them. They scored 4. Red Wings scored 2. And when I see you tomorrow, it's either going to be an NCAA basketball sun with Michigan and Virginia, or we're going to be on the call with Cooper Hopkins for Florida and Calgary tomorrow. See you guys. Peace.
Auston and Auston Matthews.